Just want to remind you that we originally streamed this podcast live Monday evenings at roosterteeth.com for our sponsors. If you'd like to find out more, get a 30-day free trial. Just click the link below to get more information. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Welcome to every week.
This week, brought to you by, thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring this week of the podcast. I'm Gus.
Gavin.
Barbara.
Birdie.
Gus. That's
God, we're
pretty good,
getting
Gavin.
so good at that.
That's all I was thinking about, was saying my name just then.
Are we missing a light? I feel like the Rooster Teeth logo is dark. Is it just me?
Maybe
No?
it's
All
just
right,
a
we're
sad
fine.
day in Rooster Teeth.
Maybe it is. Sad day.
I freaked out. I started saying stuff. I didn't realize it was already time to go live right before we went live, and I started just saying things. I think I had like a mini stroke. Like Gavin's fixing it. There you go, Gavin. You've done that before, right? Like when you
Had
just
a
freak
stroke?
out.
But no, I mean, I've said like stuff that doesn't make sense
Gavin's
in
had
response,
legitimate
but you just
strokes,
started
though.
spewing words for no reason.
I don't know what happened.
I was just sat here and Gus was like, 4 inches.
I started playing music. I'm
I
sorry.
assume you were talking in your headset.
What was
no
that-
idea.
What was that thing you tried to type that one time you actually had a legitimate stroke?
Chums?
Mums.
Tried to say chum,
Chum?
but I wrote jums.
Jump is how it was.
It was close. For someone who couldn't.
So I'm trying to play something for you, and it's like playing random music, and I don't like that it's
What are
doing
you trying
that.
to play for us?
I was going to try to play you Jeff stuttering and saying random words. Somebody reposted it to Reddit recently, and it made me laugh.
You love that. I can't believe you've never heard it before.
I found the thing. I took
almost
forever
as
to
though
find
you-
that pause button. This is Jeff. What was Jeff doing when he did this? Because I haven't seen the video that this is from.
He was just trying to explain the rules of some Minecraft thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is Jeff trying to do that.
Let's get together. We have a couple of things.
It's totally Porky Pig.
Usually when someone flubs, I laugh right after it. But he was flubbing for so long, I start laughing like while he's doing it because it just didn't end.
And the best part is, Barb, somebody made this, which is they had your exact same reaction.
Let's get together. We have
It's so perfect. That was a long time. I don't know how I missed that. It was like a year ago.
It was over a year ago, I think.
Oh my god. So
Oh, I thought it was a recent thing.
No, it was in some like random episode of Minecraft.
They should put that on, remember the hamster dance song?
Oh my god.
Oh.
Put it on that one.
You know, Anna, Matt's wife, knows the extended lyrics to the hamster dance.
There are
dance
lyrics to that song?
Should I call her and see if she can sing it over the phone?
Sure, why
Okay.
not?
Why not?
I'll call her.
This will go great.
I like that. You were so trepidatious when you answered that question.
What is that song like? What does it do?
What?
How does that song go? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I was hesitant just because the phones always fuck up with the mic.
Yeah.
It causes
Because
that, yeah, that
All
interference.
right. I'll text her and see what she has to say.
Um,
We'll
So
return to this
while,
conversation.
they sing in
while
Robin
you
Hood?
do that, I want to talk about the greatest video in the world.
Okay.
It's a video I saw earlier today. These dudes are in Brazil. They're in a boat. They're fishing. A fish props itself up on the side of the boat. So they start feeding it beer.
What?
It drinks a bunch of beer, then hops off the boat and goes back into the water.
That's a viral ad.
What? No.
It has to be. What in the fuck?
Is that, okay, wait.
It's actually drinking
This
it.
might be a really stupid
That's a
question.
lot of beer.
Do fishes actually drink?
What is? Oh my
This is, I'm serious.
Holy shit. How did you know when the beer was done?
And the dudes are just speaking Portuguese because it's a.
Fishes don't
in Brazil.
drink.
That is cruelty to animals.
That kills the fish,
They
right?
can't possibly drink, though. This is my question.
See, I've always wondered that too. I said this to when I worked at a sub shop in high school. I used the phrase "drink like a fish," and the guy who worked with me was first generation. Like he was an immigrant himself from Pakistan, and he thought that was the dumbest expression because he said, "Drink like a fish." Fish don't drink. I'm like,
course they
well,
drink.
they kind of have
How
to
do
drink.
they drink?
Through their mouths.
That's
They
just
like-
them.
Don't they just eat it like water and piss it out?
I don't.
Wait, you can't live on just oxygen alone.
They probably just like absorb it, right? It's just always around them.
I don't know. That's
Like
the
through
thing. It's like I could be a fucking idiot right now, and I would never know.
Nothing would be different.
No,
I
you're
saw,
fine.
I,
You're
I saw
fine.
a story
that
on
was
Reddit.
Barbara. Barbara, you're good.
I saw
Don't-
a story on Reddit a couple days ago about this woman. I think it was in Washington State who wanted to prove that humans only needed sunlight, oxygen, and water to live. So she tried to go 100 days with only those things.
Did she die?
She made it 47. And I was like, that's
47 and then what? Died?
No, then she started eating again. I was like, that's really impressive, though.
Did you ever see the movie 127 Hours?
I never saw it.
But you know the story.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that? That's pretty impressive. He lived, I don't know how long he would have lived on just what he had left. But he's like, if I don't, get out of here and the next day, I'm dead. And I was like, he still had that much water left.
You need sleep before you need food, right?
Are you okay with a layover on this flight tomorrow? I'm booking his flights. Are you okay with a layover?
Sure.
4 hours?
Oh,
I know.
What's the point then?
It's because the flight's only $142, and we're doing it the day before.
Do it. Just get a nice meal.
Do it and organize meetup where we have a layover.
Have a little kip.
Sure, I'll do it.
Is that what it's called?
Ooh. Okay.
What time do we get in? This is riveting.
11:30. 11:30.
At night?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
You okay? 11:37. How far is it from Newark? Who spent time in the New York area? How far is it from Newark Airport to Manhattan?
25 minutes. Yeah, it's not far at all.
It's not bad?
Yeah.
I prefer flying into New York than
It's actually a better
JFK or
drive.
LaGuardia. Yeah.
Who said 2 hours?
Oh, cab ride.
What cabs are you in? A rickshaw? What takes 2 hours to get there? Takes forever.
Maybe
All right.
if there's traffic, if you show up at 11:30 at night, you're fine. Yeah.
I fucking hate booking
Are
travel.
you allowed
for
to say what
anybody
you're
else.
going to LA for?
We're not going to LA. We're going to New York City. Gavin and I are
Hence
going.
the discussion about Newark.
I thought this was for something else.
I don't think that he'd be asking.
I wasn't
For
paying
LA.
attention, as usual, on the podcast.
You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You say you're bad at geography. Can we say why we're going to New York? We're going there's a big industry-wide event that takes place in New York at this time every year. It's called the Upfronts for television and film.
Thought it was
It's
New
called
Fronts.
the New Fronts for digital.
Barbara, man, you are.
Bye.
Hey, why don't you fill in your freaking flyer number and all your stuff there? Sorry. All right, give it back to me.
It went in my gooch!
I actually probably have Gavin's. I booked so much travel for Gavin. I probably have his goddamn things.
So this whole thing was avoidable.
No, it didn't. You're safe. You're dry.
So Barbara, I was trying to get Gavin to type in his freaking flyer information, and Barbara took my laptop and spilled an entire beer in
I
Gavin's
didn't do
gooch.
shit. That was Gavin's fault.
That was a full schnogging.
No, look, I still have more than half of it.
It's all full. Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, that's good.
We're good.
You got half a beer in your crotch. No
Gab,
big
come
deal, Gav.
back.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's obvious at this point we don't care about the set.
Are you
anymore.
So Barbara did something which I don't. I gotta have a bone to pick with Barbara. She put me on Snapchat today. I was in her office, sitting there. Was that revenge for what I did to you?
I asked you if it was okay, but maybe it was partial revenge.
Yeah.
Do you want to say what it was revenge for?
Do you want to say?
So,
Can we say the name of the lady?
yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. Your friend what's her name?
So I have a friend named Britta, who I've been friends with on the Rooster Teeth website and in person now for 10 years.
Yeah. So when like Gavin and Barbara were the most popular members on the Rooster Teeth community site, there was also a girl in their group named Britta who I got to know, and she actually ended up marrying another member of the site. His name is Abandoned.
Or Ryan.
Or Ryan. His real name is Ryan. And so what was Britta's name? Britta
Water.
Britta Water, right? Yeah, okay. So she contacted me through Facebook, and she said, hey, a few years ago I played a prank on Barbara where I put troll dolls all over the place, and she would discover the troll dolls, and she didn't know who was doing it. So she goes, would you help me do that again?
Oh,
and
that's
plant troll dolls all over for Barbara to find. And then at the end of it, Anna said she's confused what I mean by the extended version of the hamster dance. More on that in a moment. And so she said to me, can you put some troll dolls? I'll send them to you from Canada. You put troll dolls all over her office. And then the last one you put with a picture of me. So it's like she has committed this prank once again and kept it going after years. Worked like a charm. Mainly because I was like shitty at it and I wouldn't keep up with it. And I would do like one every 2 weeks. So it like dragged it out over the course of 3
But
months.
also, like, sometimes there'd be like one every 3 days.
Yes.
And then nothing for a month.
Yeah, that's
And then
me.
another one in my purse.
I was like, game time.
So when did you find out about it?
I found out about this, I think, on Friday of just last week when there was a picture of Britta and a troll doll on my desk.
Because I feel like you were getting really minged off by it. After
I
a while.
was getting really paranoid and really frightened because, like, I had no idea who it was. I thought it was Marilyn Tyler. For
Did
the
you
longest
remember
time.
the fact that Britta had done this previously? Or
Only
was it
when I
like,
saw the picture of her on my desk. Because we had played that prank on each other where at first I think I hid the troll doll, the toilet seat lid, when you put it down. I had taped it to the bottom of it so when you lifted it up, it would be like staring at you.
That's creepy.
And it was actually the troll doll that the control room has, the big one. I don't know if you guys still have it.
Oh, there
Yes,
it
you
is.
do.
So that's been in a toilet?
Not in a toilet, but
Put your freaking phone.
I'm not touching the laptop.
Got it.
Careful with the beer.
Careful with the beer. Hand me one of those.
This is all the Lonely Island.
hand me one of
There
those
it is.
firemen.
That's
would
the
you?
one. So this is the one that was taped to the toilet, and
Looks like it
then
had a haircut.
she hung
Bar-
it.
Barbara cuts all the hair off these things. That's fucking weird enough on its own.
I needed to do something.
That's what you do? Is you scalp all these
I
troll
would
dolls?
scalp the troll dolls and then hang them in my office, and I put "Trolls, ye be warned,"
She hates them.
just
she
in
hates 'em.
case. I threw most of them out. There it is.
Oh my god.
It's a little psychotic, I admit now.
Holy shit. Yeah. They're missing the tops of their heads, dude.
It looks.
If you're watching the audio version of the podcast, Barbara has hung up the troll dolls and cut off their hair.
By the neck.
She hangs them by the neck using what convention lanyards.
It's the only thing I had in my desk.
That's weird. Did you see that Brian Arndt collects convention lanyards? He has a Darth Vader statue and he just puts like one on after every convention.
Oh, really?
He's got like 60 of them. It's crazy.
When we first started doing events with Rooster Teeth, I tried to do the same thing, and then one day I realized I just didn't care anymore. It's like I had a big collection of them, and then like early on, like 2005 or so, I was like, I don't need this shit. So
Yeah.
threw it all away.
I've kept every badge and every lanyard that I've been to.
Really, everything? Mm-hmm. The only ones I've ever kept up with have been RTX ones. That's it for me. Nothing else has really kind of like held it. I was having a conversation with Meg about bad cons, and if you ever go to conventions, first-year conventions are just notoriously terrible because the organizers don't understand what they're doing. They haven't figured anything out. Gus and I one time went to a convention, and I remember it was the same week that Halo 3 released. And I know that because we went to a convention in Florida where it was the first-year event. Gus convinced me that we were trying to do this guy a favor and go to his event. It would work out great for us later down the road.
I like how I'm getting thrown under the bus.
Never
here.
heard from that fucker again. But, Gavin, do you want to sit next to me and get a middle seat, or would you rather sit away from me and get a window seat?
I'll sit in a window.
Okay.
That is a correct answer.
Yeah.
Do you guys not like sitting next to each other when you travel?
Why would you take a fucking middle seat to sit next to either of them? You could take a window somewhere else.
That's true.
I'd rather sit in the middle seat with someone I know than.
I'd rather not sit near anyone I know.
Although if I had to
What are
pick,
you doing on a plane? You want to keep private?
Nothing. I just like if I fall asleep, I don't want someone's knob in my mouth
Knob in your mouth?
or like finger, not
I'm
knob.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. You've lived this horrible life.
do you think someone you know is more likely to do that than someone you don't know?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think
Put their finger in my mouth.
Yeah. I think a stranger would.
I thought you said knob.
I did it first, and then I realized that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
there's
one
no
would
way
do
that's
that.
gonna happen.
You just wake up and some guy has his pants down by your face.
He's like, I'm sorry, I thought this was the laugh.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
it's
I'm
just
booking our
Delta.
tickets, Gav. I can't hold them, so I got to book them.
If you are having a stroke, what is the procedure?
We got like 8 conversations going on now once. I fucking love it.
If you have a
I'm
stroke,
keeping it all straight in my head right now.
what do you mean? What's the procedure? You take someone to the hospital.
Just straight there. We don't have to like put you in any sort of position or.
The recovery position. No, I think you could just go straight to the hospital.
You have to go in the
You do
fetal
not let the
position.
stroke victim drive, though.
You know the recovery position? Do you know like how it goes?
Do it.
I was on a set recently
Do it.
filming. It's like one leg's, and a guy slipped on paint, knocked himself out on the ground, bounced, and landed in the recovery position. Like everyone was like, "Oh, he's fine."
So he's ready to go.
The only thing we did have to do was scrape away some of the paint because he was like breathing it, but because he landed in a puddle of paint.
That's,
And did you just leave him
that
there?
seems bad.
Is he still there?
Was it
like,
red
right
paint?
now?
He went to the hospital. No, it was blue. It
Just his blood.
was blue.
Oh, it's just paint.
Yeah,
He's good.
we have experience with that.
Do we?
Yeah, after the Space Invaders shoot, everyone
Oh,
thought it was
shit.
just red paint.
Yeah, because you were throwing balloons that had red paint in them, and I
Yeah.
thought you just nailed Lindsay on the face, and then all of a sudden she's on the ground, and every time she talked, more red
They
paint
did
would
not
be.
put her in the recovery position, by the way.
Well, she was fine. A big gash in her face.
Yeah.
You know-
dude, that was brutal. See, watching that playback too was
So-
the worst.
back to the Halo thing. Just so I don't lose every thread here. So we went to the first year convention, and there was less exhibitors at this event than there were. I mean, there were more exhibitors than attendees at the event. More exhibitors. Like there was like 5 people walking around the floor, and we're just Gus and I are
They
sitting in
had
the booth.
a lot of money.
So we got, I mean, it was really a lot of pressure on those attendees. They were like, everyone was like, when they would come by. And so Gus and I busted out an Xbox 360 and we played Halo 3 the entire time. And they gave us shit about it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They're like, so you guys are just going to sit here on the floor and play Halo, like play a video game the entire time? It's like,
The convention gave you shit.
there's nobody fucking here. It was both the convention, it was vendors next to us. It was like, there's nothing to do. It's like, we're just fucking sitting
Did
here.
you sell anything there?
Did we?
No,
I
I
think
don't
we
think
sold
so.
like one shirt.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think, and I think Bernie's being nice about it. It was so dead. We actually left We went to a store, we bought a TV and an Xbox
is
and
true.
Halo, and then we brought it back.
So you both left together?
There was like, there's nobody there.
Just to play video games on the show floor to
It's
kill
like,
time.
nobody's going to miss us.
I was so mad at Gus. I was furious.
Fault.
I'm sure it
I don't
was.
know how I'm getting thrown under the bus.
Were you actually mad at him, or were you like, oh, we won't do this again? Were you like actually mad that he suggested it?
Yes. Sure. Why not? I'm still mad to this day. Fuck Gus. He's the worst.
Gus is the best.
Up.
Is that the worst idea you've ever had?
I'm still working on
The
it. by
worst
the way.
idea I've ever had at Rooster Teeth. No, I'm sure I've had worse. What's the worst idea I've ever had at Rooster Teeth?
Being my boss.
You come up.
No. Let me think about that.
Okay,
What's
we'll
the
come
worst
back to
idea
it.
you've ever had at Rooster Teeth?
Let's come back to that.
So this event that we're going to in New York, it also has at the end of it the YouTube Brandcast, which is basically all this is it's a big marketing slut fest for people who make content to go and attract brands to like put advertisements on their shows. And so YouTube has this huge event that they put on. And like, actually, John Green gave a great speech at the one last year. And if you can look it up, it was really fucking amazing. He basically pointed at everybody in the room and goes, you're all garbage to all the advertising people, and talked about how great the viewers were versus all the advertisers. You have to see it though. It's okay. John. I'm not as eloquent as John Green is. And so it was amazing. But they show videos in this thing. And like every year for like the last 2 years, we were going to have a Rooster Teeth video in it. And it was going to get cut. And so every time it was also because it was gaming, but something that a broader audience would understand. Immersion's kind of our best bet in that regard. Because the people see the show and they get what it is immediately.
Yeah.
So it got cut the year before. It got cut last year. And our YouTube point of contact goes, Burnie goes, I swear you're going to be so happy. We have another Rooster Teeth video in this year. It's an immersion. Here we're gonna put it. Can you turn off the advertising on this video? And he showed it to me. It's the immersion I'm not in. It's Gavin. it's the fucking Space Invaders one.
Why did
Which
they
Slow-Mo
choose that
Guys
one?
is already like all over everything already. Like that's where they put him on buses and they put him on like up in Times Square. He had a billboard.
Well, that's
And
why.
Yeah.
He's got the face.
It's literally the one I did.
This is the one. And they're like, oh, now we can fucking show it because it's got fucking Gavin.
Why
in
did
it.
they choose that one?
It's the most recent one.
Okay.
That makes
sense.
sense. And I wasn't quite arrogant enough to go, how about you choose this one
You should have.
instead?
How about any of the other ones?
Advertisers will definitely, I think, understand Space Invaders. Like, they'll get that. And a bunch of people, it's all the fans, too, from Australia. It's like...
It's cool having the community involved. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll be featured in this big thing, in this
Yeah.
big YouTube presentation. I mean, this thing is massive. It's like Madison Square Garden last year, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, this thing is like, it's huge. Like, it looks like Citizen Kane. Like, Grace Helbig walks out, and like the whole video wall behind her, like 100 feet high, is her face. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a huge presentation that they put on.
She is a hot commodity, that Grace Helbig.
Grace Helbig is.
She is on everything now.
She really is.
She's awesome.
So we were talking about Australia. That made me think about another video I saw earlier today related to Australia. It's a dash cam. This guy's driving down a rural road at night.
Fish comes up.
Kangaroo
Drinks his
comes
beer?
up,
Yeah.
sees him, jumps on his car, jumps feet first into his windshield, and then it sounds like jumps a couple of times on the roof of his car, and then takes off. And then the guy who's driving, you can't see the guy who's driving because it's a dash cam. He's just like, fucking kangaroos. It's like, can you imagine? It's like,
What
you're just
other
trying-
reaction would you have, I guess?
It's like,
Is that a common thing that happens there, though?
is it?
I don't know. I'm asking. You said fucking kangaroos
Well, I
as
mean,
if it was like a common thing.
They're common roadkill. Maybe the kangaroos are just wisening up. They're evolving to hate cars because it takes down so many of their numbers.
You killed my brother.
See if I can
Did
pull
you
it
see
up
the
here.
dash cam video? Oh, I'll let you show this first.
You got any sound?
Oh my
no.
god.
Wow, that was a jump.
Holy shit.
But yeah, it's
That was awesome.
There's a dash cam video that was just released of this guy who stopped a car and it like slowed down in front of him, and then the guy gets down and starts doing the splits and like doing some sort of dance in front of the car, and the car just drives around him. And it was like,
That sounds like
what?
Russia.
That's like
I
Logan,
think it
sounds
was
like Logan
Russian.
Paul. Right? Is that the name of the Viner? Logan Paul? It's like a thing he
I don't
does.
think that was him.
He stops traffic.
He just fucks around. He does splits in the middle. Like he'll just be walking like down the road and all of a sudden just drop into the splits like in the middle of a busy New York
I think they might have actually found it. I
sidewalk.
think I
Oh,
see
you guys
it.
got it?
Maybe? Yeah,
Oh,
this is it.
This is not Logan Paul.
No, this is like, I think some Russian dash cam. Oh yeah.
Dude, this guy's awesome.
He
guy's
like
drunk.
stops the car.
Wow, that split took like 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh, the driver's having none of it. He
like,
immediately thinks
Not today.
That was the absolute
probably
proper
knows that.
reaction.
You know, this guy's been chasing this driver down, like trying to show him that he can do the splits for weeks.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got
I
him.
finally got
he's
you.
He's gonna stop. He's gonna see I can actually do it. I love
that
like
video.
all that dash cam
Yeah.
footage.
Is it a really common thing for people to fake injuries from cars hitting them in Russia?
Yeah, insurance fraud.
Is that why people have all the dash cams there?
Yeah. I saw a story kind of related to that where this was in China. This guy wanted to commit fraud, so he saw like a Mercedes-Benz stopped in the middle of the street. So he decided to get under the car and act like it hit him. But he had an interesting twist on the idea. He took all of his clothes off and got completely naked and then laid under the car. It's like
As if that'd be more convincing?
nobody could figure out why. It's like, did he want to make people think that like the clothes got hit off of him?
Just stripped him under
Right.
the car.
They just thought they wouldn't ask any questions if he was naked on top of everything else. They
Oh,
would just be like confused. What's he got there?
it looks like he's posing.
Yeah, it's the
Naked
guy like under the car.
Oh.
My favorite. You guys can probably find this pretty quickly. But if you can find the video of the dude in traffic with a bucket on his head, have you guys seen that before?
Oh,
No.
You know what I'm talking about? So if you guys can find
Is
that,
he's
that'd
being
be great.
chased by the police, right?
I don't know what he's being. I think he's being chased by a guy that he's jumped on the hood of his car, and it's like one of the greatest videos. Of
Was
all
it
time.
Buckethead, the guitarist?
It looks like Buckethead the guitarist because he has a big bucket on his head.
While they look for that,
feel
earlier today
so
I
bad
saw
they're gonna tell.
a video or it was an animated GIF of these guys who were in traffic in LA, and the traffic was so bad. One of them got out and just like started doing skateboard tricks in front of the car. And it was like when the traffic would get up, he'd get back in the car and then go forward a bit.
What is the weirdest thing you've seen in traffic? I have mine. I have mine ready.
I'm trying to think.
I saw someone getting a
There's a
blowjob.
guy with the bucket.
Oh,
Watch,
there
he
he
jumps
is.
on the. Watch this. It's one of the greatest videos ever.
Is
like-
this some guy he doesn't know?
Yeah, some guy doesn't know, and he attacks him. Give me that bucket. Another bucket.
It's like, what do you do?
At that point, like,
he had barely had 2 buckets on his head.
wait, was it a cop? He had a siren on the top of his car.
You sure it wasn't a bucket?
Did he?
It looked like a solo cup.
It
were
looked,
from
it, but
Bucket
I thought
Land.
it like flashed. Didn't it flash?
It's a brake light.
That thing.
that
Oh,
purple thing.
You'll notice when he gets off. If you want to like zoom.
What's that purple thing on the hood? On the thing.
I don't know, but it starts flashing. It's great to see it again, though. Watch the light when he drives away. On the top of his car.
It better happen. Oh,
See, it's
Oh,
like
yeah, you're right.
flashing.
Fucking run that guy over.
what is happening
It's
there?
weird.
My favorite clips of traffic stuff are like someone's in a car, and then someone who's not in a car gets in front of the car and starts attacking them, like hitting the windshield or jumping on the hood, and then that person invariably the car just takes off with them on the hood, and then they get hurt. It's like it is the dumbest tactic. I don't know why
Yeah,
anybody
getting
think that's a
onto
good
a
idea.
vehicle.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What's the end game here?
What is the end game? Right. It's like, of course the person's gonna fucking run you over.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
I once saw a
People are
guy,
looking for an excuse to run people over all the time.
a guy who, while he was driving, was playing the drums. He had a cymbal in the passenger seat, listening to music really loud. And whenever he was parked, he would just like get out a stick and start like doing the cymbal to the song.
Did he have drums too, or just a cymbal?
Just the cymbal. It was just really weird. Like we thought it was like that wasn't what we were seeing. We thought it was something else that actually made sense.
Right.
We got really close to him. He was just playing a cymbal.
He's practicing.
It was really weird.
That's really bizarre.
I saw
can't think
someone
of the
getting
weirdest thing.
a blowjob in LA one time when I was driving.
Did you really? How did you
Yeah.
see that? Were you?
I think it was actually with you and Gavin when I was there for the first time.
didn't see
I
a
never
blowjob.
blow Gavin in front of people. I don't know what you're talking about. How dare you?
We were in like some SUV that you had rented. I forget. It was like a big taller car, and we were looking down. I was in the passenger seat of the car, and there was a car next to us where there was clearly a woman's head in this guy's lap, going like this.
Really?
Maybe she was taking a nap and it was a bumpy road.
Maybe she was playing the cymbal.
That was a weird. Was that our first trip we ever took to LA when you guys?
It was
came
actually
out?
my first time ever in LA.
LA.
Yeah.
That's when we had that weird experience with Angeline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
saw her all of a sudden.
That was bizarre.
Oh, that's when you were talking about her, then she just like showed up out
I
of
was
nowhere.
explaining who Angeline was.
It wasn't
to
even
Barbara
like
Gavin.
earlier that day. It was mid-sentence.
then.
I
talking
literally
about
said
her.
she drives this pink Corvette, and there she is right there driving
Yeah.
by, and it was so crazy. It was like you could feel the presence of Angeline nearby.
Well, you could.
I could.
We didn't know who she was at the time.
No, you guys are foreigners.
I still don't really know who she is. I know.
Does anybody?
You told the story, but it's like I've never heard of her outside of the context of that story.
Well, next time you go to LA, get Burnie to talk about her. And
You've
she'll show
seen
up.
the billboard.
have I?
If you've seen, look at the Angeline billboard on your thing. You have
Is
seen
there a
that
special
billboard.
spelling, Angeline?
Lyne at the end. Angeline.
Angeline
You
billboard.
really like this story of Angeline.
Who's over there giggling away?
It's Brian.
Brian is.
It's okay, you can laugh.
It makes it sound funnier when you.
Oh, the bumpy road.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen this billboard.
Never?
Never.
It's like a famous LA landmark from the 80s.
And then she,
Like it was
there
in every,
she
it was
is.
like in every movie.
You know, I went. I,
Every
I,
TV
I
show.
couldn't tell you how many times I'd been to LA before I finally saw that fucking Hollywood sign. I probably went to
really?
LA like 10 times before I
Call it the
finally
Hollywood
saw
sign.
it.
People
That
know what you're
fucking
that,
Hollywood
that
sign.
fucking Hollywood sign.
Which one are you talking about?
How close can you get to it? Like, could I do my landmark photo to it? Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
can
you
you?
could
You
walk
have to
up
hop
to
a
it.
fence, I think, to actually go up next to it.
Oh.
How
would do
close
that.
are you allowed to get to it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like would my
Okay.
joke work with the Hollywood sign?
Yeah. No, you'd have to hop a fence. But you could do it. I mean, what are they gonna do? Deport you? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Is this like a how close can you be to elementary school kind of question?
No. What?
What?
I got you, Barbara. That's a good one.
let me ask you a question. How often for you, Gavin, does the thought enter your mind of I can't do this, otherwise I might be deported? Like if I got busted for something, like say I don't know, whatever. Like if I got out of my car and like put a bucket on my head, like, jumped on somebody, two buckets on my head,
buckets.
and jumped on somebody's car, they might take me to jail and go, "You're an idiot, pay a fine." Gavin, they might go, get out of here. You're on a visa. You beat it.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Only Americans can act stupid in this country.
I don't think you would get deported as easily as you think you would, though.
I wouldn't risk it. I obey the law fully and always. And honestly, I did in the UK as well because
You're a pussy.
you can't enter the US.
Go
You can't enter the US if you have a criminal record, and I was very aware of that. So I was like, I'm just gonna.
You can't enter a lot of countries with a criminal record. You don't see
Yeah,
us
I-
being babies about it.
Well, I mean, does that not worry you that if you get arrested, you won't be able to go to a lot of countries?
The fuck do I care?
Other countries are overrated.
I had a relative that didn't want me to move to Texas because you guys have the death sentence here.
Really?
And I was like, what do you think I'm going to do?
It is something to think about, though, right? I mean, it's
You
like
get roped into some shady stuff by accident.
Nah.
I saw.
Look at who I'm friends with.
I'm glad you brought up the death sentence. I've had this story I wanted to talk about for a couple of weeks now, where the state of Mississippi,
I'm glad you brought up the death sentence.
the state of Mississippi approved
Here to help.
firing squads as an execution method.
Really?
The year 2016, Mississippi has brought back firing squads to kill people.
Do you see that stat of how many?
I might take that
What do you mean?
over like lethal injection.
You would just get blown away?
Get shot?
Yeah, I feel like that's like less.
What if it's like a gut shot though?
Yeah, you get riddled.
I don't think they would shoot
At
you in the gut.
First shot in the head, you're dead.
Yeah, but what if like they all suck?
That might
like,
not
what
be
if it's
true
all
as
their
well.
first day?
They're just shooting you in the thigh. Like,
They're like, we don't have the hang of it yet.
Like, what if they're doing like a dress rehearsal for the serial killer who's after you? That kind of thing. Like, he's way bigger. He's like the marquee. You're just the opening act.
You're the undercard
where would you least like to get shot?
in the
Like
dick?
in
Probably
Lap.
Toledo,
in the dick?
Detroit. I would like to at least get shot.
I reckon-
It seems like the knee would be horrible.
Or like if
Like
you're
it's all
bent over,
bone.
straight up the anus.
I
would
knew
be
that
really
would be
bad.
your answer. I knew
yeah.
you'd somehow bring it back to anus.
Anus is bad. Let me think about that.
Because up the anus would get so many organs. There's
Come out
no,
your
there's
mouth.
no
Shot in the
resistance.
neck seems like it'd be really bad too. Like that.
Nah,
seems
you'd
like,
bleed out pretty quick.
Yeah, that would
yeah,
kill
but it wouldn't
you.
be. Yeah, it'd be terrible though. Like maybe
I would say the knee too.
or the hand. Seems like it happens all the time. Oh, I just saw something recently where like a guy was testing a gun in a gun range and like was pointing it. I think you know what he was doing, Gus. He was testing the laser sights
Oh, God.
that are trigger activated. So he's
Yeah.
pointing it at his hand, trying to
What
see
a
it,
dope.
and he shoots his hand. I'm like, that's one of those things. Like the moment you do it, you know
You're
what
like,
a terrible
oh,
mistake you
that,
made.
that was stupid that I was doing.
And
that.
probably he's better off. It was his offhand.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't his chest. You know, it could have been way worse.
But I feel like that's so common that you do something that's maybe a little dangerous and then you hurt yourself. You're like, oh yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Why was I doing that?
That's what I did when I broke my leg in the water. I
Mm-hmm.
could have, if I had dove in, divin? What's that? Dive? What's the word? Divin?
Yeah.
If I had divin in, then I would be, it'd be a totally different life for me. It'd be
What about-
totally different from that point.
if
You would have
you
died.
I'd be like Gus trying to say words.
if you shot yourself in the hand
Go ahead.
and it hurt and
And it hurt.
but then you cut off your whole hand, you would lose all of that pain. You get new pain, but would you still be able to feel the initial pain?
That's interesting.
It'd be like a phantom pain at that point, right? Like you would think you would still have it. What if your body got stuck with that pain. Like you cut your hand off, and for the rest of your life, your body thought you were freshly shot in the hand because that was the last sensation that those nerves gave off.
You'd have to kill yourself.
Like nerve memory.
Yeah, like you were constantly screaming the rest of your life because
I feel
you
like
thought
you'd
you
eventually
shoot
get numb
yourself.
to it. You're like, you
Oh,
can't.
is this? Oh, I don't.
Oh, no,
do we
God.
want to
Are they
see
gonna
it?
show it?
Guys, but you guys gotta see what the guy's doing. He's like, does that work?
Does he shoot
Pointing-
off his own
he's
hand?
pointing at his hand. He doesn't
No,
shoot it
no,
off.
No. Oh, God.
But that's what he was doing. He was
Oh God. Oh God.
just ouch.
Yeah, we see it.
You actually don't
It's
see
not
anything
in the
happen.
No,
stream.
you don't
just
see anything
see him
happen. You
shoot
just
his
see
own
the guy
hand.
just like.
Oh, do you see the blood go everywhere?
Probably don't
Ugh.
want to show that.
So all this
That's a trigger warning. If anything. Oh,
Yeah.
that was not a pun. I swear to God, that was not a pun.
all
Not
this,
intentionally.
all this talk of guns made me think about something else. I started rewatch. I don't know why, but I started rewatching Band of Brothers over the weekend.
Such a great show.
In a long time since I've seen
Did you
it.
like The Pacific?
I like the Pacific.
I like Band of Brothers way better.
like-
I wanted to like The Pacific as much, but didn't.
I think Band of Brothers was better, but in rewatch, I probably haven't watched it in close to 15 years, like close to almost as long as it's been out, right?
Gavin and Barbara, do you know what Band of Brothers is?
Yeah.
It kind of set the standard
HBO.
for like
don't.
the
It's the best
ultra
TV
mega
show.
series, right? I mean,
Yeah.
in the modern era, like there was like mini series that were on television
an
years
older
ago,
show
like
that-
Roots and stuff like that is probably
Yeah.
the most classic one, which stars LeVar Burton. And but Band of Brothers is a World War II series.
It's a 10-episode
episodes.
miniseries?
Yeah, 10 episodes, and it's such. If you go watch it now, it's like every single person in that, as a young guy, went on to be like a huge star.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Do you know who was in that? That I had no. Oh, you obviously don't know. But I was rewatching episode 1 over the weekend. Fucking Simon Pegg's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Simon Pegg's in it.
He's American in it.
Yeah, he plays like an American.
How old is he in it?
I knew you were going to say Simon
12?
Pegg.
It was
of all the
so
people
it
who
was
were in
so weird.
Really?
No,
I didn't even
they're
notice
all
it.
like early 20s. I would
Esther was
say.
like, "Is that Simon Pegg?" I had to rewind. I was like, "Oh yeah,
And,
it is."
I want to say
Michael Fassbender.
Jimmy Fallon is in it.
Jimmy
Fallon?
Fallon?
Fallon's in it.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion. No, Nathan Fillion's in Saving Private Ryan. Nathan Fillion is the other Private Ryan that they go and
Right.
they identify and they say that all your brothers are dead, and he starts crying and he says, "I don't have any brothers." That's Nathan Fillion. But he's in it. Ron Livingston is that who's in it as well?
it, yep.
And then it's just a ton of people that are in that.
It's considered the best TV show according to IMDb.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I-
like they have
I-
the top 250 movies. They also have top TV. It's like
And it's number 1.
Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and Band of Brothers.
I
or something.
didn't like the new episode of Game of Thrones.
You didn't like
I
this?
didn't like it.
So
By the
much
way,
shit happens.
people have given up on spoilers for Game of Thrones. Now people are just posting screenshots like an hour after the show
It's
airs.
gifs that I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see any of that shit.
Yeah,
I guess I just follow the right
even
people.
like the front page of CNN today was like, "Spoiler: Jon Snow really is ... and then like the image is like
Yeah.
whatever.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Did you guys like it? Did you watch it and like
Yeah,
it?
good episode. It's a good season.
I enjoyed it. I was surprised at some things that happened so early on in the season.
I did like that they were doing kind of some things that people predicted, no spoilers here, where Bran is able to see things like in the past, and then they were showing some of like essentially the things that happened before the Game of Thrones timeline. The
that might
official-
mean that some actors may come back.
that would be cool.
That
Like,
would be cool.
That'd
If
be cool.
if Sean Bean was back in it, that'd be really cool.
I would love to see like a young Tyrion, you know? I'd also like to see young Jamie, you know what I mean, when he was in his prime and all that. Be cool. Or like even some of the Targaryens when they were still alive.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
really
always
cool.
one of the more interesting parts of the story that they never touch on is like Robert's rebellion and all this.
Yep. Battle of the
backstory stuff.
Trident. All that stuff.
It'd be a good way to kill time before the next book.
Well, they talk.
They thought some people made the conjecture that this entire season was going to be that in order to make room
Really?
for the book.
Flashbacks?
Yeah, it was going to be entirely flashbacks from Bran's
Interesting.
perspective.
There's also been speculation that in the future there will be spin-off shows about some of the expanded universe stuff.
What are they doing with Game of Thrones? We're now at season 6, right?
They've said that they want to do 2 more seasons
Including this one?
after this one, and that those 2 seasons will not be full 10-episode seasons.
Really?
Yeah, they said. I think they said after the season in total they have about 13 episodes left.
Here's what I'm doing if I'm
Really?
HBO. Here's what I'm doing. I'm making another season, and then the last season, whatever that is, 8, I guess. Is you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm silencing my phone.
I would turn those into movies. I would do, or like one, like end the whole thing on one big movie. That's what I would do.
Makes kind of against their business model though.
Oh, why? I mean, they could put it on HBO and have exclusive rights to it. Do a day and date with theaters and stuff like that. Although it's kind of hard because an hour and a half movie is like in the scope
Yeah.
of Game of Thrones is small potatoes.
How do I convince Aaron to watch Game of Thrones?
Why won't he do anything that you want?
Withhold sex.
That won't do anything.
That wouldn't.
He has a hand.
I do that all the time anyway. Doesn't work for anything. How did she convince Aaron to watch? So what? So
What's like?
is Aaron like the ultimate hipster because he doesn't want
he
text
doesn't like
messaging?
texting.
Does he not want to do it because it's popular?
No,
because it
that's
seems
not
like
it.
that's the case.
I think it's just a time thing.
Just be like,
Just
look,
do 1
spend
hour
time
at a
with
time.
me.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's like I think he probably thinks of it as like a big commitment because it's like
So he's afraid
many.
of commitment, huh?
fucking red flag right there.
Yeah, I know, right?
He cannot spare 50 hours.
That's 50 hours is a long time.
It is a long time, but it's not
But
that long.
I convinced him to watch Breaking Bad because he had never seen it before, and I rewatched it with him, and he loved it. And so I wanted to be like,
Well, just tell him
See, I
that
had good
Game of
taste with
Thrones is
this.
better.
Or tell him he's a writer, so this is a very popular show. It would make sense for
it would
research
help
purposes
his career.
to watch that and
Yes.
see what people like.
Just 1 hour. Just 1 hour. That's all you need.
Exactly.
1 hour at a time.
You know, it'd be funny. It'd be funny to have Aaron watch one episode of Game of Thrones and then fill in for us all the backstory. You know, or like he's not allowed to watch the first 5 seasons. He can only watch the season. At the end of season 6, we go, okay, what happened in season 1 through 5 of Game of Thrones?
Name any character.
Yeah. So Teddy calls himself Littlefinger now because we play Masters of Orion, and I called him Littlefinger and explained who the character was in Game of Thrones. You know Masters of Orion, the game, right?
Yes.
It's like Civilization. So I don't know how he does this, but we'll be playing, and JD will like, God damn, there's this race called like the Darlocks for interest. And for interest, for example. Like Gus now, for interest.
Yeah, like
So
Gus.
the
How is it-
Darlocks, JD will go, the Darlocks are attacking me. I'm sick of them. And then all of a sudden, we'll get a news alert, and it'll be this other race, the Terrans, went to war with the Darlocks. And so it totally distracts Darlocks. And neither one of us plays the Terrans or the Darlocks. And we're like, why the Terrans go to war with the Darlocks? And Teddy goes, don't worry about it. Like, he has like this diplomacy of this game down to where if he doesn't like, if something's bugging you, he'll go, don't worry, I'll fix that. And all of a sudden, everybody's at war with that person. Or like if they're in his way, all these other like civilizations go to war with them. He can manipulate like the other civilizations, and it's like I have no idea how he's doing it. Or it's like oh, I need 10,000 credits to build this wonder. He goes, and he threatens all the other civilizations, and they give him all the money he needs to do it. I don't know how. I really don't know how he does it. It's fucking amazing. He's 11.
I want to see a video of that.
Yeah, I wish there was like some kind of diplomacy score in that game. There's not. But it's weird because he'll just be like, oh, I need to raise like 5,000 credits in one turn. No problem. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't ever get him mad.
I know,
guess
right?
is what you're getting at.
He'll swat me.
All right, here, let me read this. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is brought to you by...
I had an annoying bastard sat next to me on my flight yesterday.
What happened? Why was he an annoying bastard?
He was, so I'm in the middle of 3. On the plane, it's like 3, 3, and 3. And I was on the aisle middle. And no one sat in the middle seat. So there was me, no one, and this guy.
Okay.
And I was like listening to my headphones. They're like noise cancelling, so I can't hear anything. I don't know if he was yelling at me. But eventually he like starts thumping on my arm. I was like, oh, God, what? He was like, is anyone sat here? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, hopefully not. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Went back to it. Then 10 minutes later, we'd already taken off at this point. He's like thumping on my arm again. I was like, oh my God, this guy. What's up? And he's like, low battery on your headphones. It's flashing. And I was like, thanks. I'll know when the headphones turn off. Thanks. Oh my God. And then
Your nightmare. Both of your nightmares.
He loudly starts like blowing his nose into some tissues. I was like,
you can hear it through the noise.
Yeah, I was like,
canceling headphones.
Then a flight attendant comes by, starts clearing away drink cups. I pick up my cup to give to the flight attendant. He leans over me, stuffs his gammy tissue into my cup.
Oh,
like,
why?
I was like,
while it's in your hand?
yeah, I was like, gross, do it on your side
Did
with
he
your
say
flight
anything?
attendant. No,
Did he
he
say
just
anything
shoved
to
it in. I was like, this guy just doesn't have any social boundaries.
he's
Like, where
horrible.
did you grow up?
He's
Nobody
horrible.
does that.
What
That's
flight from where to
horrifying.
where was this?
It was from England to Austin.
Was he English or American?
I think he was German.
You have bad luck with Germans.
He was
You
speaking
do.
English with a German accent. But yeah, he was just like all over me. Just
I was on a flight recently, and there was a family in the aisle right next to me, and they had a really young kid, and they were watching a movie on an iPad with no headphones.
Oh, really?
Loud.
I hate that shit.
Like not quietly so just the kid could hear it, like loud so the entire plane could hear it.
I was in my previous job. We had a guy that worked with us who had a couple of really weird, annoying habits. I liked the guy a lot.
I know exactly where this is going.
There was one habit that he had where you guys probably are too young to remember these, but some of the early like cell phones, it was just a little brick about this big, and it had like an earpiece. Then you move the earpiece up, and that's how you answered it. So he would always have his ringer on full blast, and it's like not everyone at this point had a mobile phone. So it was kind of like a new thing that people had mobile phones. I mean, it wasn't crazy. It wasn't like futuristic technology or anything, but it was like not a lot of people had them. So he'd be at lunch, and his phone would ring, and it would be ringing at full volume, and he would get it out like this. It would go ring, and he'd pick it up, and it'd go ring, and then he'd look at it and go ring, and then he'd go. And then he'd wait for it like this, and then it would ring the fourth time, and he'd go, click, hello. It was so fucking annoying. He'd do it every fucking time. Especially, like, it doesn't matter how quickly he got it out of his pocket. He would always hold it there until it rang one more time, and then he would answer it.
Did he want everyone to know? He's like, I'm
Pretty much.
receiving a phone call.
That's all I can think is that the guy wanted everyone to know he had
I
it.
also got on a plane one time.
This is the other thing that reminded me of it. Go for it.
He had a
Gus.
laptop when laptops were, again, also much more rare and much more expensive. We were flying to LA for some reason, and we get to cruising altitude. He busts out his laptop and starts playing like that built-in pinball game,
Microsoft Pinball.
like in Windows 2000 or something.
That game's
And then
wicked, by the way.
but he has
Space
the
pinball?
volume at full blast
Oh,
with
that's
no headphones.
obnoxious as
And, like,
well.
everyone in the area in the plane's like,
We're like, hey, we're like, we can hear your game, and he's like, mm-hmm. And it's like he wouldn't turn it down. It's like I said, dude, you're annoying everybody with that. Turn it off. And he's like, it's fine. Like just playing away. Play for like 20 minutes at full volume. A lunatic.
I used to love that.
he played
pinball
for
game.
20 minutes because that was battery life for a laptop.
It was
in the
yeah.
year 2000.
And then it was dead.
Yep.
On his 386 laptop.
God, computers used to be so shitty. I guess you always say that, right? Like you look back a few years, you're like, God, that was fucking terrible. But at the time, it's like absolutely amazing.
And you would never like, you don't see like maybe like a really rare like Apple Lisa or something like that, but they don't like, there's no like rare collector's computers, you know what I mean? Like you would never go, oh, check this out, I got like a 1986 286.
Right, and you wouldn't use it, like not like an old car. Where
Right,
It's,
It's
like
not
you
like a
restore
Beanie
one.
Baby.
It's
or
literally
anything.
useless.
Yeah.
You know, it can't do anything.
So, yep, I've got this 1986 computer. Can't even connect it to the internet. I store all my recipes on it. Like, you know, what is it? Like, how, I always laugh when I think about the value proposition that computer manufacturers had to make in a pre-internet world. It's like, you want to try to sell a computer to everybody in the world. How do you justify them owning this computer? How do you justify them at the time spending, $5,000 or $6,000 on a computer that can do nothing, essentially? You can
Collector's
type
computers?
some
What are these?
word processing documents.
There was a guy
Yeah.
we knew who was like, he was our boss at our old job, and he was part of the tech industry for years and years, like going back to the very, very beginning. He went to a convention. He had a booth that there was a line around the convention center to see the product that he was displaying. He was displaying a monitor that was black and amber as opposed to black and green. It was like amber colored letters, like orangish yellow.
Easier on the eyes.
Easier on your eyes. And like people, that was so revolutionary. People waited in line hours to see that. To think about that today is fucking nuts. But the stuff that we're like, people are like lined up around PAX
For an
to see
Oculus or
like,
something?
the Old Republic MMO when it debuted. Remember how long that line was?
Yeah, it would fill up instantly. Like in the first 5 minutes the show was open, they'd cap it for the whole day.
And people waited in line for 8 hours.
They kept it in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah, it's like the line would fill up and they'd be like, all
An
right.
8-hour line would
That's
fill up in
done
5
for the
minutes.
day.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when it was debuting. And now it's like who cares, right? I mean, who cares? If they put a demo for the Old Republic out on the floor, everyone would just walk by it at this point.
Well,
it's
was
still a
it-
good game, but it's just like technology just falls off so fucking fast. It's
Was it the
unbelievable.
Vive that we tried at
Yeah, was that PAX?
PAX? And how we got like to go in before everyone else to try it?
Yeah, that was cool.
It's like I can't imagine having to wait in line for something like that. Like that, I would not bother. I
Yeah.
only wanted to try it because I could go in before.
Yeah, fucking Barbara Dunkelman.
No, I'm with
I'm
her. I'm
sorry.
the same way.
My first
I
mention.
don't,
of something like that.
I don't understand
It's almost
waiting
worth
in
an
the line.
exhibitor badge to like get a booth at PAX.
Yeah.
What would it cost to get like a 5x5 booth and get an exhibitor badge?
Oh, I think the bare minimum you can get is 10 by 10.
And
well,
that's
no, not
probably
an
what,
artist
like
alley.
1200?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Because then you get an exhibitor badge, and then you can just walk the floor before anything opens.
Or then just leave your booth.
Well,
Or
before
just
it's
don't
open.
have one. Just like,
Or just
you know.
put your table there and that's
Yeah,
it.
I think you just like walk the floor and you can like see stuff. Even if it's like they're not ready to show you anything beforehand, at least you're like standing there when the hall opens, and then you can just walk up.
You're probably giving a lot of people ideas right now
Good. Take those ideas. Those are free.
for RTX.
Because you watched. Oh,
Nope.
for RTX.
Do not. That would not work for secret reasons.
Good save.
If you want to buy a booth at RTX, I'll give you a fucking exhibitor badge. You and your best friend. Buy a booth at RTX. Call AlanAbdeen.com. I don't even know how to.
Call AlanAbdeen.com.
So you were talking about that German guy earlier. When I was flying up to PAX East, was it the other week? I had a layover on the way up there in Newark, oddly enough. And I was my
LA?
flight from Newark to Boston was delayed a little bit, so I went to a bar to have a drink, and I sat at the bar, and right next to me was this guy with an iPad, and he had a Skype call, and he was, I guess, calling his wife, and was trying to have like a very quiet German conversation with her. And it just sounded super creepy. He'd like be sitting next to a dude who's like whispering German, staring at this, at this iPad. I was like,
Welcome to the future.
so yeah, this is
Does it
kind
sound
of.
like really sexual?
It just like I don't know. I can't do a German accent.
Could you know some German, don't you?
Whisper some German for
Whisper
us?
some German.
Die Katze.
That's the cat.
That's the only thing you know.
That's just my go-to.
The cat.
The cat.
Nine.
It's like ASMR for Nazis.
Yeah, it's like if you don't understand a language. There's some
Burns the
languages that always
Jews.
sound bad if you don't understand them.
Yeah.
And German is one of those. So it always sounds like someone's angry.
German ASMR would be so great. All right. I'm going to check your papers now. Now I'm stamping them. Now I'm looking at you. I don't believe.
Get in the chamber.
Jesus, Barbara.
God.
Barbara went dark with it.
I'm allowed to. I'm good.
Are you? You're allowed to? Okay.
Yeah, I
good
get
to
a
know.
free pass.
As a Jewish person, fair play.
There was a really funny video, though. I was very reluctant to show it to Barbara. Did you see the video of the guy who taught his girlfriend's pug to be a Nazi?
Oh yeah.
That was fucking funny. We can't show it on the podcast. You'll have to look it up on your own.
Why can't you share it on the podcast?
Because it's just too long. It just goes on forever.
And you gotta hear the
And you gotta
audio,
hear it and
yeah.
everything. But a guy, it's a Scottish guy. There's been like a lot of funny Scottish people.
You love that guy stuck on the roof.
Dude, the guy stuck on the roof is hilarious. Did you see the video of the Scottish guy talking to his daughter in the back seat that she wanted a boyfriend?
About her boyfriend, yeah.
God, that was so fucking funny. Did you see it?
I didn't see that
Do we
one.
have audio?
I don't think so.
If we have audio, we can listen to the Scottish father talking to his daughter. She wants a
working on it.
boyfriend. Daughter's super cute, and it's just like he's giving her such hell about
She must have
wanting a
been, what,
boyfriend.
6 or 7?
If that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a tiny little kid.
Maybe
But
5.
she's all full of sass. I love that. And I used to have a next door neighbor that had a daughter. She was all sassy. She'd like peek over our garden wall and like give a shit. I was like, this is perfect. I love this. But guys, going back to the idea of people lining up to see things at conventions. We've been to a lot of conventions.
A lot of conventions.
We've seen a lot of games be marketed and
of
then
games.
come out, and then it's like, okay, whatever. What do you think is the game that had an unjustifiable amount of marketing in comparison to how long that was a popular game? Can you think of anything off the
I
top
can
of your
think
head?
of one.
Can you think of one?
immediately.
Okay, can you think of one?
No.
Gav? You can't think of one? You want to count to 3? You want to say it?
Oh,
After
oh,
three?
I got one.
After
I think I know
three?
what it
1, 2,
is.
3, then go?
1, 2, 3. Say it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Evolve.
Firefall.
I was going to say Firefall,
Firefall's
too.
better. Firefall is better than Evolve. What did you say?
I said evolve.
Yeah, Evolve.
Because
Yeah.
Evolve was at least popular for a little while.
Firefall, they had like the big like statues and stuff too, right in the lobby of PAX.
Did
and stuff.
Firefall ever even come out?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did it?
They-
It was like in beta and
Which
early
one was
access.
that?
That
What'd you
was
do
like
it?
the shooter MMO.
It was like an MMO
kind of
FPS.
like Planet
yeah.
Side kind of a thing.
They always had like
did
a
Let's Play in
giant.
it.
Was it Red
booth.
5 Studios?
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah. They have that video.
They
with
had a
the audio,
presence
by
at
the way.
PAX for I think about 4 years. Oh, here's the. Do we have audio on this?
Yeah, they said they've got audio.
Daddy'll break his legs.
No,
Yes, I will.
Dad.
And guess what will happen after that?
What?
See your boyfriend's daddy? Daddy'll take him hostage and keep him in a cupboard.
Dad. Listen, I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I'm getting a boyfriend.
You're not getting a boyfriend, you're going to be a nun. You're going to be a nun. You're going to work for Jesus.
No, I'm not. I'm going to get a boyfriend.
They're who you're going to work for.
No, I'm not.
They're who you're going to work for.
I want one.
End of story.
That guy kills me.
So
man.
great.
That guy kills me.
Firefall
Jesus.
is out.
Is it? It's playable.
They just had a patch last week.
When
it
was
came
the
out a
release
while
date?
ago, like at least a year.
It's like the moment they announced that game, it was available at PAX for you to play, and then I feel like it spent 4 fucking years.
July 2014.
is when it came out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure we've talked about whether or not Firefall has come out. I'm sure we've talked about that before.
I remember Mega 64 making fun of them.
A Firefall?
Yeah.
They did a live stream with them, I think.
Evolve though was like,
Oh, was that
how much
their-
money was spent on Evolve marketing, Gavin?
I don't know.
They at PAX they had like the Goliath, a huge statue.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
massive.
30, 40 feet tall. This thing.
I was very excited for that game,
So was I.
but they just had too many rounds of like alpha and beta testing, and by the time the game came out, I was like, I've already played this so much. I
Yeah.
don't even.
I feel like that's
I don't think they should do
you
too
can
many of
burn
those.
out sometimes
Yes.
like that, but there are some examples where that's not the case. Like Overwatch is launching today, despite the fact it doesn't come out till the 24th.
What? Okay, explain this to me. How does it launch and not come out?
They basically, if you pre-order it, you can start playing it. No, wait, it's open for everyone, right? Open beta is May 5th. but
Okay,
if you
here's what I
pre-order,
want you to
start
do.
playing now.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to explain the difference to me between Overwatch and Battleborn.
That's why I think they're doing it, because Battleborn launches tomorrow. So I think Overwatch is trying to beat them out the door.
Overwatch is Blizzard,
Right, and Battleborn is Gearbox.
Gearbox.
Yeah.
Okay. And Overwatch came out of Titan, the MMO, which fell apart.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes?
Yes. So,
Okay.
Overwatch is more of just like a team-based shooter, whereas the Gearbox one is it's more akin to a traditional MOBA. You know,
Oh,
there's,
okay.
there's like NPCs that you escort around and try to take over parts of a map, whereas Overwatch is just like two teams shooting each other.
Okay.
I mean, there is some objective stuff, but it's not not quite the same.
I miss it when games just used to come out and they were out. Like like 2 weeks ago, I heard that Speedrunners was out.
And you've
That,
been
like-
playing it forever.
I was like, yeah, we've been playing that for years. It's
We
like,
played
yeah,
that
but-
in a podcast.
Speedrunners wasn't out.
Barbara was
yeah,
really
and
good at it.
And now it's like fully out.
Only
Now it's like
after
officially
about half
released.
an hour.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Do you remember when we played Speedrunners?
That was fun.
I
was a
really
good
want to
game.
play that game again.
We haven't done a
You were good at that.
podcast Let's Play in a while,
start
and
getting
people
hang
want
of
us to play Slither.io.
I want
Right.
to. I want to
Slither,
play.
Because we
Let's say
played
Agar. Remember
Agar.
when we played Agario? We had a blast doing
You mean
that.
Agar?
Agar.io?
I want to play Push Me
.io.
Pull You. Have you seen that one?
No.
Have you seen that one?
Sounds like Gang Beasts.
You've done a ton of
It's-
podcast Let's Plays with like just you and Gavin or just you and Bernie.
Oh, Barbara's fucking
And I
calling you
remember
out.
when I used to sit
Wait,
over
what-
here in this
Well,
office.
we haven't done them in forever because we don't have a space to do them.
We haven't done one with just you and me.
No, she's crazy.
Maybe it was just you and Bernie then.
Push Me Pull You. It's like two.
You and
it's
I
a-
will
Gus
do
just
one.
moved on.
two
Just you and
two-headed
me.
looking snakes, and each player controls one of the heads, and you can like make yourself bigger or smaller, and you try to move a ball across a court. You haven't seen this?
No.
It's really fucking
It's
weird
like
looking. I'll look it up.
Nobby Nobby Boy kind of sound.
Kinda.
Like? Yeah.
Yes.
Knob boy.
Nobby Nobby Boy.
What's that?
It's a PlayStation 3 game,
Yep.
I think. And it was a downloadable game.
You're the only person I know who, when you don't know the end of your sentence, you just go.
Because people will fill in with the
It's like
correct
a
information.
fart.
House. That looks horrifying.
Oh.
That looks like Super Sports Friends or whatever.
Sports Friends, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Kind
That
of
looks
the
like
same
fun. Let's
aesthetic.
play
That looks
that.
horrifying.
Push me.
Oh, have you seen the dick jousting game? Barbara would love that.
We haven't played that yet.
It's not out yet.
Oh, that's why.
Or is it out yet?
So
This game comes out tomorrow, I think. And it's like if you're longer, you're weaker, so you can get pushed around by the little one.
I don't understand. Like, is this 4 people playing right now or
Yes.
2 people?
How do you gain
Every
length?
person controls one head.
One head,
There's
okay.
a button you can push to like make yourself longer, and a button you can
And you're
push to,
supposed to
like retract it.
Get those balls somewhere?
You try to keep them on one side of the
That
court.
is fucking horrifying.
We need to play this.
That's horrifying.
It looks
been
like
looking-
it's
what was
shitting
that?
I've
out.
been looking forward to this game for so long, and it's finally coming
What's
out.
it called again?
Push Me, Pull You.
Push me, pull you.
Have you seen the dick jousting game?
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called dick jousting.
Dick jousting.
No, don't look that one up.
Did y'all do a? Have y'all played that?
No.
I don't think it's out. I think they just released a
Is it out?
genital jousting.
Maybe. Genital jousting.
I
March.
just heard someone off camera say, you just go yes under their breath.
It's weird because I heard a lot of hype about this, but I didn't think it had come out.
Their website is genital jousting. Scroll down to consent.
Nice.
Oh, nice. So it's out.
Wow. Okay. Release is set for 2016.
Oh, there we go.
It is 2016 now.
Well, we're
It is about flaccid penises and consensually penetrating your friends.
This is like the perfect game.
Have you seen the video of it?
No.
Oh, sure. Let's see the video for Barbara. She has to see that. Gus, can you get a video?
No.
Genitals.
Genital jousting.
Genitals.
Just anything, like a gameplay thing?
Yeah, a gameplay thing.
Genitals.
Jousting.
So you play a penis, and your penis has a butt, and so you just try to get your penis in the other player's butts. But there's like 8 players on
Do you
screen at
not-
one time.
Are they? Is it a butt or balls?
It's a set of
balls
balls
with
with
butt.
butt on it. It's both. Wait, why not both?
There you go. Look.
Here you go. This is the.
Oh! It's an anus.
Yeah. What did I say?
Well, I thought you meant
Here
like
you go.
with
Watch
the
this,
butt
Barb.
cheeks. Oh,
This is how it all develops. Oh, again, the red guy got him.
Holy shit! Oh my god, this is like the bad version of Human Centipede. Why are they longer in this one?
Because there's less players.
The bad version.
Oh,
it's so brutal.
Okay.
It's definitely not safe for work.
Wait, so who's the winner there? The guy who's
whoever's in
penetrating.
front. No, whoever's in back.
Everyone
the
who's
back.
playing wins.
Whoever's in back.
Okay.
That's the winner. You want to be in back.
Just like in real life.
You're the caboose.
If 6 dicks are shagging each other, which one's in front?
Way to bring it back around.
What if they make a perfect circle? Then who wins?
There you go.
Like
It'd be
just
tough. I don't
look
think
at-
that's ever happened. It could potentially happen.
We should try to make that happen
but
when we
they'll
play.
avoid it. Thanks, Barb. We'll give it a shot.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with you that I feel like, getting back to our original topic, too many games have too extended period of a time of like open beta.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's replaced demos.
I feel like when I can play the game, it's out. You've given it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the game now. Thanks. I'll play it.
Hey,
that
we're
definitely
taking your
happened
questions
to
on Twitter at hashtag RT Podcast as well.
Should we, since we're on the topic of games, should we talk about something, Burns?
Titanfall is another game where the excitement was short-lived. I don't agree with
We'll
that.
get to it.
Wasn't that short-lived? Yeah, so we should talk about the we've been in development and we're getting close to finalizing everything for the $1 Million But card game, and everyone is super stoked about it. Everyone has so much fun playing this and playtest and everything. And we're actually about to put out, this is the Laser Team official script, official backer script. These are all in the process of being signed. This one is not signed. But this is actually the very last physical good that we have to send out for Laser Team. We just had to wait until the movie had come out in order to be able to ship the script to people. Otherwise, that would be a huge...
Is it like word for word the movie?
It is word for word the movie.
Like nothing
yes.
extra, nothing less?
Spoilers, ready?
There's some stuff in there that was edited from the movie.
You just gave the whole book away for free. Nice one.
Yeah, good job.
did.
just pirated the movie.
So we were going through and making sure that our crowdfunding campaign for Laser Team, that we had met all the goals we said we would. And so the script we hadn't shipped, we were in the process of printing it for it to go out. And then the other thing was that I'm in the process of shooting the last 3 game times, which were one of our stretch goals. Because we would do Laser Team stretch goals, and then we would do Rooster Teeth based stretch goals. And game time was one of the Rooster Teeth based ones. So we're going to be doing 3 I'm going to do with Meg and 1 with Marcus. And I still haven't decided who the last person should be.
I can do it.
You want to do it?
No,
We
I've already
did
done-
one.
I've
We
already
already
done
did
one.
one.
I've already done it.
I did with all you guys, right? Because I played Dungeon Dwellers?
Dungeon and Dashers?
Dungeon Dashers, yeah, with you. And we played Ricochet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might do that again. I might go back, but I would like to talk to, like, I think maybe Ryan. Ryan had like a stream this weekend that just exploded. Did you guys see that?
It was
Yeah,
one clip from
like
it,
a clip from it was on the top of videos.
My favorite
on Reddit.
thing about Ryan, he's always talking about how worn down he is by his kids and how his kids are just full on kids. The first video his kid's in, it's like the cutest kid in the world.
Also, I gotta
It's like
say,
the-
his son is a terrible actor.
Why? Why would you say that? He was.
Was that really the best take they could get?
He was, dude. That kid was cute as a button, man. Asking for his flashlight and everything like
I
that.
like
Thanks,
how he's
Daddy,
like,
you're the best
the
daddy."
best daddy, and he hugs him. He's like, I
It's
love
like,
you, daddy.
It's like a kid you would want in a commercial for
Right.
like cereal or something.
And then it was like, I don't. Unfortunately, I have to admit that I don't know the names of Ryan's kids because he's pretty private
Eli
with all that stuff.
and something.
That was Eli.
Yeah, it was Eli, and Eli said, like, do you happen to know his daughter's name?
Olivia.
Olivia. And Eli at one point in the thing says, my sister, and he like goes as an aside to Ryan, Olivia. Like, he's like explaining, because he calls her my sister, and he like explains it to Ryan who he's talking about, because they wanted to use the flashlight to, like, I guess play some kind of game before they went to bed.
I think that made it on the front page of Reddit.
It did. It
did.
was super cool. So maybe Ryan would be, someone that would be a good one to do it. He's not Laser Team specific, but I think people will forgive me if not everyone is Laser Team themed, because this run was supposed to be like.
Well, only Marcus Laser Team specific then?
Well, Meg's. I'm kind of getting away with him because Meg is like one of the most popular people that people ask for. She was also in Laser Team, like you were. She was one of the cheerleaders. So
We were in Laser Team.
But I don't think Ryan's in it anywhere, is he?
No.
Yeah. So I can't even stretch and say there's a reason for it.
Why don't
but
you get Alan in
I'm
it?
sure that people were pretty happy.
He
about it.
knows people who
again?
are in it.
Alan?
Alan Richardson?
Yeah.
Why? Because you just want me to bring Alan Richardson back to the office?
Maybe you can watch Game of Thrones with him.
You have a
That would get
boyfriend,
Aaron to
Barbara.
watch. Oh, don't be sad. Don't be sad. What is it?
Man, Bernie's just like derailing himself.
How
No,
many?
no. I'm reading Twitter posts. So we're gonna do that. So when we were going through, we were gonna do a report card to make sure that we like fulfilled the crowdfunding goal, because as you guys know, when we talk about crowdfunding on the podcast, were very critical of the fact that we had a really good crowdfunding campaign. It was a lot of fun. We did a lot of cool stuff. Made the thing we said we were going to make, and we get so frustrated because there's all these other crowdfunding campaigns where just the stuff doesn't come out. You know? Did you see the supercut that somebody made of us talking about coin?
Oh yeah, of
It's
course.
so weird to watch us talk about something over a long period of time because everyone was talking about whether we liked it or hated it, and that was kind of and in the middle of it was the Future podcast. So our opinion suddenly changed in the middle and then came back. The one we pre-recorded by like a year and a half.
Yep.
So suddenly our opinion reverted on the coin to what it
There
was.
was a lot of stuff that we nailed in the future one, like predictions that were right. Everything except that conversation about the coin.
No, the coin was, we were not happy with it.
Like you predicted the current level in Destiny.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how are you gonna travel by blimp tomorrow? Oh, flimp.
What's a flimp?
It's the new way we travel in the future.
It's a future technology. It was funny because, that was, to me, the funny thing about that was we kept bringing up whether or not it was actually crowdfunded or not. That was part of the conversation. And it was funny because
Because you keep calling it not crowdfunded. You called it pre-order. It was crowdfunded though.
I'm not, here we are, we've had this conversation because I just watched the supercut. I'm not entirely sure it was. Could you buy it on Kickstarter or did you buy it from Coin?
It doesn't matter. They didn't use a crowdfunding service, but they didn't make them until everyone had spent money.
Right,
so
you did say that in one of your arguments. I actually agree with you. You are correct. So what's the difference?
It's the same as a
Gavin?
pre-order though.
Yeah.
They like you
Yeah,
pre-order a
but you-
game, they haven't fucking made the game yet.
They're
That's
not
the man.
using the pre-order money to make the game.
How do you know that?
Because they're not. They're making it anyway.
That's like the big incentive for pre-orders is to like get a
Well,
cash
Gavin,
infusion.
maybe
at
they were
end.
making the coin anyway. I mean,
I don't think
why
they
can't I
were.
just apply that same logic? I mean,
Because a game like Halo 6 is going to come out. You can pre-order it if you want. It's still going to come out.
Anyways,
Oh, we didn't get enough pre-orders. We canceled
no,
Halo
it's
6.
actually a relevant discussion because
They were making the
we
coin
wanted to do another crowdfunding campaign, but obviously it's like we've made Laser Team, we made a movie, so we're trying to figure it out. And we've never done a card game before, so this is something that we've never done before. So this seems like a perfect way for us to do another crowdfunding campaign. But this one will be super simple that we're going to do for the $1 Million Butt card game. It's basically just going to be the cards. It'll be the deck. We have a designed expansion deck. And then there might be like one or two other things. I think on Laser Team there were like 80 tiers or
There were a
like
bunch.
Something
20
like that,
tiers or something like that. There won't be all that stuff. So, and it's pretty important to us because I think our audience knows about the $1 Million Butt card game. They know about the $1 Million Butt show. But Kickstarter, and this one we're going to do on Kickstarter. We're actually going to start it next Wednesday, May 11th at noon. Or we say 12:01.
12:01 p.m.
We're doing it,
Central
just to be
Time.
clear, 12:01 Central Time. We're going to start it. And we'll put up all the information about the game, all the graphics. We actually have like a prototype made of the whole thing.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And we just, in fact, before this, we had dinner with the team that was in charge of designing the game. It's just like people from the game development group, some of our graphic designers, our merchandise guys. One of our guys flew over to China last week and was like babysitting the prototype as it came off the press just to make sure it'd be ready to go. And so, but Kickstarter has like this whole community that's based around like tabletop and board games.
Yeah, it's huge.
And so it's like, it just kind of, we could just do pre-orders, I guess, for the thing, if that, we could do it that way. But if we're doing it on Kickstarter, it's like a way that we can get like a lot more press about it, a lot more marketing, and, just get the name of it out there a little bit more, I think. So
Also, this I think could expand it beyond the Rooster Teeth community because this is a game on its own that could really be more involved with everybody who doesn't necessarily know Rooster Teeth.
yeah. And plus it gives us an excuse to also halfway through the campaign that we'll do like that live stream where
Yeah.
we get like go and we play it and all that stuff. And so it's a lot of fun. I can't wait. So that'll be Wednesday, May 11th at 12:01 p.m. Central Time. And we'll have more info. You won't be able to avoid it.
I
if
did
you're
like
into
everyone's
stuff.
like speculation and like trying to make the game themselves on Reddit and stuff.
I
after
thought it
they
was
announced it.
crazy to me.
And it's funny that none of them got it. Like none of them actually did it the way that we
That
had
we
done
did it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give away too much information because that'll be part of the first day of the campaign. There's a couple different variants too. Like it's more than just one game in the card set. Like you can play them different ways. But it was nuts because I was just walking by Brian, who's off stage here, giggling away. And I was walking by him. We were like in the doors between doors, right? We were in that little hallway there, right? And I was like, he's walking by and I was like, hey, we should make a game based on $1 Million Butt, the show. And he's like, that's a good idea. And he walked away after like a 2-minute conversation. And the next day or the day after, he had a set of rules and he had like a 15 card deck essentially that he had just made and like as a starter for it. It's like, and from that moment, it was just like just took off.
It
Like
was
everybody
really
got
fast.
involved.
Yeah.
It was a month?
Yeah. That
Not
we went
even.
from like the concept of it to have we probably went to like a working concept in like 2 weeks and then play test and play test and play test. And now here we are here and it's like we think we're ready to get to the point where we're getting solid and we can do a campaign and get the thing out the door. It'd be incredible. So and we'd love to show it to you, but we're gonna wait until the first day of the campaign to show you that stuff. So next week.
Really excited for that.
Yeah, people don't have to wait too long. It's just a little over a week.
Just a week.
It's another crowdfunding campaign we'll be able to deliver. So
You have a 100% success
knock,
rate.
knock. We'll see. I have to finish shooting all my game times before we do that.
Do you think
Otherwise, I'll be a
between us
hypocrite.
at the company, we've been on the front page of Reddit more than any other company?
I think that hydraulic press channel is constantly on the front page now.
Yeah,
Oh, is
that's
it
on
just
the
like
front
every
page
new video?
day.
Every video is now on the front page.
Although,
So-
like, whenever like anybody from our company does an AMA, it's always on the front page, and then a lot of our videos get to the front page.
Yeah, but we don't do them as frequently.
That's true.
I mean, the hydraulic press is like every day. Oh, what do they do? I don't even have to
don't even
subscribe
have
to the
to
YouTube channel. It's just going to be on Reddit. Like, oh, there it is.
We should try to.
It'd be funny if he said at the end of the video, if you want to know when a new video comes out, just look at the front page of Reddit every week.
We should try to make it our goal to be on the front page of Reddit every day.
We will fail. What do you mean?
No way.
You know,
Let's get a
Rebecca.
hydraulic press.
I can't even pronounce this. It's on her on Twitter. She's Rebecca Olympia,
Nice
and
name.
she was saying, "What's that?" Rebecca Olympia. Thank you. She says, "All right, we have our mission. Let's crash Kickstarter." That's pretty much Let's do that. Let's
Do
all
it.
just show up and do it.
12:01 p.m.
Do you think we could do that?
Sure. Why not?
That'd be good press if we could do that. That would make people aware of the game.
Good
coming out.
hydraulic press.
That would be awesome. And I like this lady a lot on Twitter because she did a thing for The Amazing Race where I guess she does some kind of statistical analysis. Yep, it's her. I'm looking at her Twitter feed. She did an analysis of all of the remaining. I'm now in the final four. Ashley and I are in the final four for
Good
The Amazing
Lord.
Race.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're this is the second to last episode this Friday. So, so Rebecca Lumbia, she did a statistical analysis of all the placements and the trends of our placements over the course of the entire race. And then she did place versus leg. She did a normalized prediction, and then she did a full statistical analysis to determine who was going to win. So, and it depends on which method you have for analysis. Some of them in the normalized one, we come in second. It looks like, but in just the straight trending, we come in first.
So if
I
you,
like the straight trending version better.
if you come in first, you get $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million bucks.
a lot of money.
A lot of money. But I have to wear gold shorts on national television.
Can we? Now this may sound selfish, like against you, but can we put that into an episode of $1 Million But and make it a real one? Like I'm basically saying, give us the money, and
But-
we'll make a video.
So they make an actual episode of
Yeah.
$1 million, but
Yeah.
But
with
if
$1 million.
if multiple people agree to it, you only have 1 million. It has to be the first person to agree to it
Yeah.
I'm not
before like it
I'm
gets.
not, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing
No,
it.
we're doing it. We're doing it.
I'm not doing it.
Here, let me read this.
If I win, here's what I'll do with that money. Shoop. Right in my pocket. That's what I'm doing.
Let me read this. Want to remind everyone, this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by. I didn't mean to distract. I did want to talk a little more about the Amazing Race and this past week's episode. So you're really far. Like I said, there's only 4 teams left now,
There's only 4 teams left.
and
We're on our way to our final country.
people were very curious to see how this double U-turn was going to play out. It seemed like
Yes.
there was a lot of discussion about it, not only in our community but in like the Amazing Race community and
Yes.
all over the place.
And the
I-
U-turn, do you want to explain what the U-turn is?
You
Yeah.
can put someone up there, and they have to go back and do the other roadblock. Was it
Detour.
The other detour. that's
Here
right.
is the important part of it. So you basically take a linear thing when you go through a leg, okay? And then you get to the detour, you get a clue from the clue box, and it says you're at a detour. And you can do thread or you can do bread. And if you do thread, you have to go make a carpet. This was in Armenia. We had to do that. Let's go to this carpet company and make part of a carpet. And they'll show you how to do it. Or you can do bread where you have to find this bakery. Here's the name of the bakery. Go there and make 15 traditional Armenian bread called lavash.
This looks so good.
And that's what you do. And when you're choosing it, you don't know who's already gotten the clue for the detour and who hasn't. And so some of them only have like 3 positions. The lavash thing only had 3 ovens. So if you got there 4th and 4 teams chose that task, the 4th team to arrive would either have to leave and go to the other one, which would cost them time, or just wait for somebody to finish, which is just excruciating if you're in that position. So then after the detour, you go to another clue box when you finish whatever the task is. You go to another clue box, and then that usually tells you to go to your roadblock. Once a season or twice a season, they will, between the detour and the roadblock, they will put a U-turn. And that is when you get to it, it's a board where you can put up another team's picture. They have to go back and do the other detour. Now, keep in mind, the teams split up to do the different detours. And so you could get to the U-turn board and have no idea how long it took the people to do the other detour. They might already all be past the U-turn. And when they're past the U-turn, if you U-turn somebody, you wasted it.
I
And
feel
you
like that happens most of the time.
Yes,
most
they
of the time
think-
there's a U-turn used, the people have already gone past.
Yes, they're like, I'm gonna, you turn Jimmy and Kimmy, and it's like Jimmy and Kimmy have already been by the thing by an hour, and you just wasted it, and then you get a clue and run on to your next thing, to the roadblock. And in some it's a single U-turn where only one team can be U-turned. In some it's a double U-turn. So what happened in ours? It was a double U-turn. We started off the day with a detour. The problem was with only 5 teams left, and this is a spoiler for the last episode in Bali that we did. What was really unique in this situation was all the teams did the same detour, which is almost never happened. So everybody knew where everybody was at that point in time. So Tyler and Corey finished the detour first. They started the day about 10 minutes ahead of us. And we spent the whole leg we had the fastest leg, but we made up 9 minutes and 45 seconds essentially, because we were about 10 seconds behind them to the mat. And they got out of the first detour. We had to carry these coconuts and the chickens. And and then they got to the U-turn board first. They U-turned Brody and Kurt, who started the day in last place and worked their way up to third in the detour. But we were second. So we get to the board. We see that Tyler and Corey have U-turned Brody and Kurt. And there's another space. It's a double U-turn where some team can U-turn another team. Our plan the whole time was to U-turn Tyler and Corey because they were the team right now in the race. They're the team that's hot. Right. They're winning first place. We're racing them to the mat all the time. Brody and Kurt, the Frisbee guys, had the most first place finishes, but they were kind of falling off a little bit. I mean, they were starting the day in last place. Right. And you go through these troughs in the race. So we would have U-turned Tyler and Corey, but then we get to the mat, the U-turn mat. We see that Tyler and Corey have already gone through. They've U-turned Brody and Kurt. So we're looking at that and we're thinking, okay, what can we do with this board? This is the situation that we're given. What can we do to make this work? So we looked at it, ran through the scenarios really quickly. Well, we could U-turn the dancers, Matt and Dana, or we could U-turn Sherry and Cole. And honestly, at that point, we're like, we want to keep both those teams in the race because we feel like we can beat them in the finals. So I wouldn't want to throw them under the bus and potentially knock them out. Or we could do nothing, and then Brody and Kurt would U-turn either the dancers or Sherry and Cole. Probably the dancers, which I think would, at that point, I would have thought would have been a bad choice. So we made the decision, instead of doing nothing or U-turning one of the other teams, we used our U-turn to U-turn Tyler and Corey because we took advantage of that rule that you might make a mistake and U-turn a team that's in front of you. We intentionally U-turned a team in front of us to waste our U-turn, and then that filled the board, and so nobody else could U-turn anybody else, and that's what eliminated Brody and Kurt because they were the only people who had to go back and do this other challenge, which was the seaweed challenge.
That looked tough.
Looked like a nightmare. It looked like a friggin' nightmare.
So was that the first intentional waste of a U-turn?
Apparently not. No, the Twinnies, this really rambunctious team from season 21, apparently did the same thing at one point. So they were calling us out. The Twinnies are if you want to go back and watch the All-Star season, I think it was 24, season 24. They're awesome. They're I think they're from Sri Lanka, and they just they're twin sisters. They argue fucking constantly. They're like, "What are you doing? You're so stupid. No, you're stupid." And then they just yell at each other constantly.
That's awesome.
Super entertaining. And anyway, so they had apparently used that strategy at one point. I had not seen that season of theirs. I had seen them on the All-Star season. I think they got eliminated right away. But I hadn't seen their original season that qualified them for All-Stars.
How does the All-Stars work? Is it only people who've won?
No, it's the opposite. I don't think they've ever put people who have won back on the show ever.
Yeah, they were originally in season 21, and they came back for the All-Star.
I say one.
Was it 24?
It was in 2014. So I think that might have been 24.
I think it's 24.
Yeah. But it played out well. It was funny to watch people try to grab those chickens.
Stop it.
Those were some scrawny chickens.
I was actually worried about that part for sure. Was the grabbing of the chickens. Ashley took over the chicken part.
Why are you worried about chickens?
Just because they're a wild card. When they put the snakes around our neck in the first leg in Bali, I was more worried about hurting the snake than anything else. Like people thought, are you worried about having a snake around your neck? And I was like, no, I was worried about hurting
It
the
takes a
snake.
lot to hurt a snake.
I know that. And actually, when the guy pulled it off my neck, he like just reached out and grabbed it and like ripped it from my neck, essentially. So
Hurting an animal is the worst.
I agree.
Whenever I hurt my cat by accident, I feel so bad. I was once, I had one of those bouncy balls. I was just like bouncing it around the house because I'm 7 years old apparently. I just went like doing like over the kitchen counter, doing, and it just bonked my cat on the head. And I was like, oh.
You're going to hell for that one.
Yeah.
Pretty funny though.
But guys, the reaction to that has been really funny, that U-turn thing, because I'm not sure. They probably were just really big fans of Brody and Kurt, which I totally get. Everywhere we went in the world, Brody was like this magnet. Like he has this huge personality. Everybody loves this guy. Everybody. And he, he's with Kurt, and Kurt's like one of the most respected racers, like from anybody else. Like he's probably one of the strongest people to ever be in the Amazing Race. But the reaction we got was like 85% of the people told us that was great, that was brilliant strategy. 10% of the people were like, you are the fucking devil. I hate you. You're the worst thing that's ever happened to the Amazing Race. I mean, I had people tell me that. They were
Are
like,
there a lot of people tweeting you who don't know Rooster Teeth at all?
Yeah.
Who are just watching The Amazing Race?
Yeah, it's like a totally different demographic. It's like guys from rural communities that are like 45 years old.
Wow.
And they're like, it's just like an audience that we don't normally reach with Rooster Teeth. And like they're the devil. They're never going to watch Amazing Race anymore because of me and Ashley. That's about 10% of them. The other 5% is people going, what the fuck just happened? Somebody please explain to me what the fuck happened. Like they were very confused why Tyler and Corey didn't have to go back and do another challenge.
Oh, yeah, they already passed.
They were already passed. They never came back to the U-turn. You have to see your picture on the U-turn board in order to go back and do the U-turn.
So if you just run by closing your eyes.
No, that doesn't work either, Gavin. No. It's a linear thing. Once you pass it, you can't be
Why
U-turned.
were people thinking you were the devil?
Is it because they like Brody and Kurt?
No, it's a weird thing because
Because they wanted to see someone get screwed over.
Well,
You
there
didn't screw
could
them
be
over.
some people who wanted other teams
Ergo
eliminated.
devil.
Like they might have wanted the team they didn't like to get U-turned and then Brody and Kurt to beat them. There was a very valid argument that the roadblock after the U-turn was a cliff diving one, and it wasn't really one that anybody could screw up. So whoever got U-turned, they basically didn't have a chance to catch up.
Right, it wasn't like a challenge.
It wasn't like a
just
building.
you climb and then you jump.
It was an extreme thing, which is sometimes, you can get someone who gets locked up and won't go off. And then, I mean, that's happened
And they
in the
thought that might
past.
happen to Cole because he had the freak out on the mountain.
He did. Yeah, he had the freak out on the mountain. And also that was a roadblock where they hid what the challenge was. They made us go to a paddleboard shop, and Ashley's our person who does all of our balance stuff. And I would do height stuff and strength stuff and puzzles, and she would do
is that
balance
funny?
and dancing and
It's
musical
funny
stuff.
that you could like separate out like balance stuff as a genre.
Well, I think women typically have better balance because they have a lower center of gravity.
All I know is I've been to a beach with Ashley, and I've been on a fucking paddleboard, and I embarrassed the shit out of myself falling off that fucking thing.
I went to the doctor fairly recently, and I had like an annual checkup, and the doctor was like, "Oh, how's your balance?" I was like, "Yeah, it's good." He's like, "Try standing on one leg." And I tried. I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "I guess I don't do that often."
What were you judging your balance on before that?
I was like, "Why would my balance be bad?" But I guess
because
like
you're drunk.
yeah, maybe. But I
Were you
couldn't.
sober?
Yeah. I was really disappointed in
Why'd you go
myself
to the doctor
and in my own
drunk?
balance. So I could see why you divvy up balance.
Yeah.
It's just like a
There's
really.
just certain skills that you determine who's good at.
It's just an odd one to determine and like separate from other skills. It's
Balance,
like very
height
specific.
stuff.
Balance.
Yeah, like if you have to walk across like a thin.
Yeah, if you're doing like challenges like on the Amazing Race, I
Yeah.
could see balance being
I
something
see
that.
balance. I
Who
would think
does your
speed.
crawling?
We don't have crawling.
Right.
I don't
Because
think
why
we-
would you separate that
I don't
out?
think because it's different senses, Gavin. We just broke it up that way. So we had
Balance
to-
is a.
I would do the crawling.
sense-
I-
What were you about to say? What was he about to say?
I mean, it sounds like you're agreeing with me, right?
The sense of crawl.
It was the sense of crawl.
the sense of Amazing Race.
But the clue that we got, the roadblock's weird because that's where you have to choose one person to do it, and then you can't switch. That person is doing that task. So we're at a paddleboard shop, and the clue was who's ready to sail into the blue. And it was like, okay, this is going to have to like paddle across a lagoon on a paddleboard. Ashley's going to do it. It's like, nope, you're jumping off of a 40-foot cliff. And that's what it was. They tend to do that like switcheroo ones occasionally. Anyway, so we get it's interesting the feedback on it. I think Gus, why some people get mad is either it's their favorite team or they wanted another team eliminated, or there's just some people who don't think that you should use the U-turn in the Amazing Race. That's
Right,
not
yes.
that's not what that's for. The Amazing Race is a race, and don't use the U-turn.
People get upset
even
about the U-turn very
every
frequently.
season.
Every season.
Every
It's-
season,
yeah.
people get upset about it.
And also maybe they think that you're abusing the rules or using the U-turn in a way it's not intended to be used.
That's correct.
But
That's-
you are playing by the rules.
By design.
That is a way you're supposed to use
And
the
people say
U-turn.
you shouldn't be able to U-turn somebody who's already passed the board. It's like
that would be a rule.
violate the rule that like people use it incorrectly. We
Right.
intentionally used it incorrectly. That's what made our situation unique.
Who used it on Brody and Kurt?
Tyler and Corey used it in front of us. Tyler and Corey show up to the board. It's blank. They U-turn Brody and Kurt. We show up. We see Brody and Kurt have been U-turned, so we U-turn Tyler and Corey. But Tyler and Corey are long gone. So we've wasted our U-turn on Tyler and Corey.
Just to further slow down. Brody
Yeah,
and Kurt.
but that means Brody and Kurt can't U-turn anybody else. That
Right.
means because now the board is filled. There's only 2 slots. So now Brody and Kurt have to do the detour again, but nobody else
I'm
has to.
surprised they didn't U-turn you guys
What do you mean?
because you've been behind
Oh,
them. the whole
Tyler and
time.
Corey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the. We have come in now. We set the record on this one for the most amount of consecutive second places.
Set or tied?
We tied.
Yeah.
Sorry, we tied. We tied the reporters from last season, who, by the way, I should point out, won the whole thing. They won the last leg. So,
Why are you pointing that out?
what's that?
Why are you pointing that out?
Because listen, things tend to happen. You know, it's things happen on the Amazing Race. Some things are like karmic traditions.
We're gonna start up the next episode, and you're just gonna be like eliminated right away.
It's like 30 seconds in, Burnie falls. Like his bat's into balance and he
At the
breaks the leg.
starting mat.
And then it's
The,
been healed since then.
But it's a good question. I mean, one of the nice things about being in second place is like everybody's beaten us to the mat. You know, Tyler and Corey and Brody and Kurt have, and Dana and Matt also have a win. So everyone feels like if they need to, they can beat us. But Brody and Kurt have beaten Tyler and Corey to the mat in first place many times, so they probably felt like more of a threat to them, even though we have the best average over the last 5 legs by far.
Yeah.
Like we're just crushing it on the last 5 legs, being consistently in second place. But it doesn't look like it because we're not winning like a trip to Helsinki or something. But we're literally like 20 seconds away.
You're practically first place.
There has been in this race, you watch The Amazing Race a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
The best
season.
thing about how competitive this season was, we were never alone on the mat with Phil except one time in Cartagena. And that's it on the seawall. And we were like not that far behind Brody and Kurt. Every other time we've been on the mat with one other team or 4 other teams or 8 other teams in Chamonix. It's been crazy. Usually it's like Phil says, you're the 16 to check in. And we're like, yay. And then you just like answer a couple questions and you leave. But every minute somebody's running up to the mat, like right behind you. That's how close all
Yeah,
these
it's been
races
really
are.
tight. Even when y'all were leaving the boat at the beginning of this past episode, you know, they had the timestamps. It was very clear. It was just back
Yeah.
to back to back.
And like I said, we had the fastest leg in this race. We had the fastest leg in Bali too, but it wasn't enough to make up the deficit. This is one of the few times where the finish time has carried over and been impactful on the next leg. Anyway, enough Amazing Race talk. Ashley and I do a podcast for the Amazing Race. We're recording it tomorrow, and we put it up what, guys? Thursday? Is that right? Thursday or Friday?
The Amazing Race podcast.
Yeah, the Amazing Race podcast.
What are you going to spend
Tarp.
$1 million on?
Tarp.
So I said before the race that should I win the $1 million, I was going to buy a Rolls Royce and use it for Uber and pick up people in a Rolls Royce.
Genius.
But now I feel like I said that, and now it's the final four, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Am I going to have to?
Well, you have to deliver.
I kind of do, right? I
Yeah.
kind of do.
How long did
So-
it take to get a Rolls Royce?
Like the wait time?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me?
I assume there's not a long wait time. I don't know if
I mean,
there's
how
a
many
lot of
Rolls
people
Royces are there?
buying them.
They don't make very many, I imagine.
But I also imagine not a lot of people are buying them.
Oh, that's so cool. The wheel where the R stays up, right, the whole time?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
top.
That's class.
Well, if you just pulled up to like an Uber, like, what is
Yeah.
this?
You should replace the R's on the wheels with just the Uber logo that doesn't rotate.
Or just like a B. Why didn't it, go fuck yourself.
A Bowls Boys.
My favorite car.
the
But I do want to say thanks to everybody who helped us trend Burnie and Ashley on Twitter last week. That was really fucking cool to see.
Did it
like-
work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally worked.
Oh, wow. I
Ev-
thought because everyone did it on the podcast,
Yeah.
it would have been diluted slightly.
No, but everyone
Well,
figured
they
out.
remembered.
Everyone was there and tweeting, except for you, who said you'd do it. And you didn't do it.
Well, it was like 4 a.m. for me where I was.
Yeah, but
I had an
It was a
unrelated
tweet.
tweet that I just hashtagged Burnie and Ashley.
What's that? You just a random tweet?
Yeah, it was a tweet. I remembered I had a dream about Sofia Vergara, so I tweeted about that and then just hashtagged
Hashtag-
Burnie and Ashley.
People should just hashtag every tweet they make that night with Burnie and
Yep.
Ashley, regardless of what it's
So-
about.
I'll do it the week after you're eliminated.
What's
There-
that?
I'll do it the week after when you're not on it anymore. You know, if you've lost.
There's only one episode left in which anyone can get eliminated.
Wait,
Is
is
that
this,
Do it
true?
is this
after the
finale?
season's over.
No, this
Okay,
is
the
the
week
last
after the
leg
final
before
episode.
the finale.
Oh.
So this is the last country. After that, they finish in the U.S. always.
Okay.
It's a race around the world. You start in the U.S., you finish back in the U.S.
Wow.
Is it ever in the same city that someone's from?
But yeah, a lot of times they start in L.A.
Oh, and end in LA?
Yeah, I think a lot of times they end in New York or L.A. or they did like Nantucket last year, or Cape Cod or something.
Oh,
like
right. I
that.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Would you be annoyed if the final mat spot was outside your front door?
No, that'd be fucking awesome. Because
you don't
be a
even
good
have-
You're
prediction.
just done. You're like, all right.
So the
Going home
Rolls
then.
Royce Phantom drophead coupe has a weight of 15 months. It's a pretty sweet car, though.
Oh, wow. How much is one?
Well,
If you want to buy,
500,000.
like, if you want to buy the cheapest Rolls.
Well, let me go back on my thing then, because I want to be able to do it right away. So I'll do a Corolla instead. Yeah, well, because the wait time is important.
It's a little over $200,000.
Woof. That's a lot of money.
It's for the cheapest one. It's not $1 million. That's a lot of money.
It's true.
Let me read this other thing here.
So did we win the hashtag battle versus Kyle and Tori? Corey and Tyler? No, unfortunately, we did not win the hashtag battle, but we were close. Much like our participation in the Amazing Race so far, we came a very close second. So,
All right. Want to remind everyone, this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by... I saw a story that I thought was really funny in the UK, where this guy saw... I didn't know this about the UK. I knew that they had speeding cameras to catch people who are speeding, obviously.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that the UK had mobile speeding cameras, where I guess they'll just park a van in an area and it's got a camera on it, and then they'll set it up to catch people who are speeding. This guy noticed that there was a mobile speed camera set up, so he parked behind the van
love this dude.
and then popped up his trunk to block the camera, and then just walked to the pub and went to go drink.
How did he not get arrested?
There it is. He put his car there and just left it like that. It's like totally.
Yeah, there's loads of those. Especially on bridges, you find them.
So shitty. I hate that. I hate automated traffic stuff.
Also,
I hate it.
Could that get you a ticket even though they didn't catch you speeding at the time, physically?
Well, here's the thing, Barb. Let's say you go to court, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Put the camera on the stand? I mean, how's
You
a
don't
camera?
ask it questions. You just look at the photo. What do you mean?
What if the camera malfunctioned?
Does the
and it
camera
got
take a
the
photo?
wrong?
Right.
the
Does
wrong
the camera
speed?
take a
seems
photo
like-
of the car and of the red light? No, it just takes a photo of the car and you assume it's the right time.
I feel like some
all horse
person
shit.
has to
Well, it's the
physically
speed camera.
catch you speeding to be able to give you a ticket for it.
right.
There are some
Or even a speeding one. It notes the speed and takes a picture of your car.
Are
and
you
it's
worried
like,
that the camera's lying or it's malfunctioning?
that's malfunction.
Well, there's a lot of average speed cameras where 2 cameras are involved. Do you have those?
No.
It takes a picture of you at one set, and then a mile down the road, it takes a picture again.
Why are you so comfortable with all these Orwellian laws? Why are you just so completely comfortable with a camera sending you a ticket?
Well, because I don't break the law.
No, it's because you don't drive.
Yeah.
It is.
no,
It's 'cause- right, Barb? It's
you
because
always
he
get
doesn't
It's 'cause
drive.
he doesn't drive.
You always
It's
get annoyed with
absolutely
me
that.
when I don't care about security cameras. It's I feel safer with it there. If I get mugged, then some pricks on camera mugging me.
Why don't you put one in your bedroom then, and hire a service to monitor
Because
your bedroom?
nobody's going to mug me in my bedroom.
What if they
probably.
do? That'd be really dangerous. That'd be super dangerous.
What if you were
True.
asleep? and
You're
you
very
can't be
all or
"Your
nothing.
wallet."
Yes.
You can't have a little mixture of on this busy street corner, you should have a camera.
It's either a bad idea or it's not a bad idea. That's my point.
It's both.
It's either.
It's 50-50.
What?
What?
Does 50-50 mean both to you?
No.
You have 50 of one camera and 50 of another camera. What?
It's just a culture thing. I feel like
just
in-
said it's either a good idea or a bad idea.
That's like saying
Yes.
It's
Go
like
ahead.
saying what?
that's like saying 2 different numbers.
Gus?
Okay, okay.
What did Gavin mean by it's 2 different numbers?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
It's like saying 2 different numbers.
It's
That's
like
that's like saying everything.
That didn't help when you just said. That's like saying everything?
Well, you just said all the possibilities that a question could be.
I said it's either a good idea or it's a bad
What
idea.
other could it be? What other idea could it be? A medium idea?
what he's saying
No,
is
it's
that
always either a good idea or a bad idea. It's it's either a good idea in every scenario or it's a bad idea.
What are you guys saying? You're not saying
no,
English.
Bernie makes sense.
I think I make sense.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry that I don't.
Okay, this is how this usually goes. I'm usually confused over here. Explain to me what he means.
What he
I
means
want to
is
say 2 numbers. 8, 11. That's I'm done.
the existence of cameras is either always good or always bad. It's not like there's no nuance to it. It's not like in this situation it's good, in this situation it's bad.
If it's monitoring you
either
in your
blanket.
bedroom or if it's monitoring you outside your front door, and it's bad, that means it's bad to have it. You can't just say, oh, it's okay in this scenario.
But why is it bad now?
I always think it's bad.
Because of malfunctions that we just said.
Or it's like I just don't want cameras pointed at me all the time. I just don't. I want to go everywhere and there's fucking cameras.
See that Amy Schumer thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the televised Rooster Teeth podcast.
Amy Schumer said
As we
that
have
she's not
6
going to
cameras.
take photos with fans anymore.
Yeah, apparently, like, some guy stuck a camera in her face, and she was like, no, I don't want to take a picture. And he's like, I paid you, or like, I paid
We paid
for
for
this.
you.
We paid for you. That's a weird comment to hear.
Yeah, and
I mean, I get the sentiment behind it, but it's a weird thing.
it's
to
a
hear.
weird
It also
thing.
didn't seem like she was performing. It just seemed like she was walking down the street.
I don't know what the context
She also
was.
said a thing like, so that's the reason why this dude in Greenville, am I remember correctly?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take photos with anybody anymore. It's like, well,
Yeah.
no, that's not.
I don't think that's the right way
It's
to
either a
look at
good
it.
idea or it's a bad idea.
No, listen. Say 2 numbers.
Peace
you
and
fucking
love.
asshole. It's like saying 2 numbers. Whenever you get mad from now on, the rest of the podcast.
But I just-
want you to know how mad I am when I say 2 numbers.
7-Eleven.
I just don't know how you can say that about anything and not have it be completely pointless. Like, name a thing.
Football game.
It's either a good idea or a bad idea.
Flowers.
You might as well have said grape.
No, there's football.
People
football
like
games. There's football games that are a bad idea, and there's football games that are good ideas. It's not either or. There's and in there. There's good football games and there's bad football games. To me, a camera is if it's a bad idea. then
Right.
It's a bad idea.
So if a camera saved your life and then leaked wank pictures to the internet, it was a good idea and a bad idea. What are you saying? It helped you and then it ruined you.
Where's the camera that's saving my life? Where is that camera?
In your house.
In my house? No, it's a bad idea.
Okay, you get tied up and your head's underwater.
It's a bug.
Cut to
Why'd you
you
cut
on
to
that
me?
one.
There's a bug.
Right, you're being drowned in a bucket, head first in a bucket. The camera sees this and someone calls the police and they pull you out of the bucket.
How to get in the bucket?
Someone tied you up upside down and dunked your head in a
Guy
bucket.
who sells cameras. It sounds like no. Because if it's in my house and it's filming me, or something, it just seems ridiculous.
But don't you have cameras in your house?
No, I have security cameras like outside my house.
But you wait. Now you're contradicting yourself.
I don't see it as the same way.
Are they a good idea?
8 and 11.
I thought you were joking about having cameras. You said it's
I
either
do. I have
always
cameras in
good
my house. I have
or
cameras in my
always
house.
bad.
And is it always bad or always good?
Those are always bad. Those ones in particular. That's a bad idea. I'm totally hypocrite at this point. I just don't want. I don't want civil surveillance. I don't
So
want
anyway,
civil
the average
surveillance.
speed cameras take a picture of you here, a mile down the road, they take another picture. They physically can't take a picture of you. They just measure how fast it took you to get
You're
there.
assuming they can calculate the time correctly, or that they will record the time correctly.
Well, they're both synced to the time.
Are we still
You're
talking
saying
about the
things as if
speed
they're
camera?
functioning properly, but they could
The
function.
atomic clock, like the world clock.
Right, but there could be a disruption.
The clock could be fine, and the camera's malfunctioning doesn't sync to the clock right. That could happen.
Well, then everyone would be speeding.
That's the fucking point.
Or what if it malfunctions for a short period of time and like 8 people in a row are speeding?
Do you think they'd give like 10,000 speeding tickets, or would
What
they
if
be
it's
like, "Oh,
8?
the cameras are broken"?
What if it's 8?
What? Yeah. What if it's 8? What if it's broken for a short amount of time? What if it's broken for 1 minute? Like what? You don't know how it works. What if it syncs every minute and like it misses one sync and then it goes
clock
off?
syncs every minute?
Gavin, I'm just trying to give an example.
It
Can
wouldn't-
you not accept the fact that technology can break?
Yeah, but it could break anywhere. I don't know why everyone's so worked up about this one specific use of
Yeah,
technology.
but if my laptop breaks, that's like
You
I
reboot it.
can't. Yeah, exactly.
It's
I can't get on.
inconvenient.
I don't get a fine from the government telling me I'm a criminal.
What if you didn't file your taxes, but you did? It's just it didn't go through the system.
What if? Yeah.
8/11.
What does a camera have to do with that?
I'm just using different technology, different automated technology.
Yeah, that's bad.
But it could happen.
Right, and that's
could
why.
get a-
And that's why when you do an electronic filing, you also receive a record. That way, you have proof that it
So
was
if the
submitted
speed
at
cameras
this time.
sent you a picture of yourself speeding at the moment you were speeding, you'd be okay with it.
Let me
No,
clarify.
but if I could then refute it with my own onboard system that's monitoring my speed,
So it would
saying
snapshot your speedometer at the same time.
right, if I was in control of that and they were not in control of that.
But what
So-
if they're out of sync?
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
I'll revise my previous statement. I'll go back to what I was
This conversation.
initially trying to say, which is it's a legal situation. I'm being fined by the government for doing something illegal. I have a right to a trial. If I want to say I didn't do this thing, I go to trial and I face my accuser. I cannot face my accuser if it's a fucking camera. That's yeah, exactly. It's like, camera, did you record the right time? Camera just sits there.
Blink
It's like,
once
yes,
or twice.
I did. He's like, so he's guilty. It's like, I'm assumed to be incorrect, and the camera is always assumed to be correct.
So if there's a picture of you throwing a Molotov cocktail at a pub, and it's your face, and you're doing
Who
that,
have you been talking to?
and then they show you that picture, are you just going to be like, no?
You
Photoshop.
can't prove it though. What if someone else threw it and your arm's
I
just
would,
out like
yeah,
that?
I would, yes, I would say no, that wasn't me. Because I mean,
Hey, Photoshop could be someone that looks like you.
exactly, there's tons of people that look like me. The fucking podcast, they show me. Apparently, people see people that look like me all the time.
Did you know there's a character on American Dad that looks like me?
If there's, is that what you're
Is it
getting?
the alien?
Getting that one a lot.
Yeah.
Is it?
At least
No.
That's the only character I know on that show.
No, I get that shit all the time.
Anyway, so you like cameras and you're happy with security and being safe.
I'm not-
at
I'm
the
not
cost
saying
of your
that.
own
I'm saying
privacy.
that
You're very
as-
clearly saying that specifically.
as someone who doesn't break the law, I'm fine with it.
Eight
It's
more.
never going to bite my asshole.
This is
11.
like the same basis of the argument about encryption, whether or not the government should be able to break encryption.
There we go.
It's like people saying, you don't break the law, right? You have nothing to hide, so you should be okay with the government being able to break into your iPhone and into your computer and be able to see everything you have. Because you don't break the law.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Why?
You should be able to have stuff that you don't have to show up to anybody else.
Well, then I
Like
do
my
it-
Sonic order.
don't want people to know.
I don't want people to know.
They don't, and if you don't want them to know, that's your right.
There is no reason that anybody else should have to know that stuff.
What was it? Do you want to tell us?
No, I'm going to tell you. Sure as fuck not going to tell you.
No, I agree. I agree with that. Like, there was.
Look, it's only going to get worse, and it's easier to be not paranoid now than later have to get over it.
That's-
I've already come to terms with
That's.
it.
I get what you're saying, that we cannot turn the tide on this.
I get it. I get
don't
where
like
you're coming
it.
from. It's
don't like
like terrifying and worrying.
It
but
is.
in my opinion, if you're not doing anything wrong, then what's the worst?
Is
that
this
can
the
happen?
longest conversation we've ever had on the podcast?
I don't know. You're
No.
busy
We've
Snapchat.
had
What do you
some
got there?
long
Oh, what is that?
The Ruby Volume 3 DVD.
What is
That's
that?
a Blu-ray, Barbara.
It's a DVD and Blu-ray
Oh, fucking suck it, Gus.
combo pack.
Oh,
I've got nothing to hide.
I want this one.
Nope. Be nice to it.
Is that
But-
the
That's her personal copy.
Oh, is it
It
really?
is, yeah, I brought my personal copy.
When
It's
does
in
that come out?
stores tomorrow or today if you're listening to
How did you
this.
get it, thief?
I want to give a special
I
shout.
asked nicely.
I want to give a special shout out to somebody. Are you done talking about the Ruby DVD yet? It's
I'll-
great.
What does it have inside of it, Barbara?
The DVD and Blu-ray
Brilliant. You gave
And
that
a-
away too.
and a little
A really
flight
cool insert.
with me. Where am I?
Go to
In the
store.roosterteeth.com.
top corner.
Is that not the Adventures
I
of Gus?
couldn't. I don't know how mirrors work.
I don't mirrors. Mirrors. How do mirrors work? I want to give a special shout out to somebody who works at the company who did
thanks,
something
Bernie.
really cool. Shout out, Barb.
He. was
What,
me.
dude? I am gonna go to 8 and 11 in a second here. No, I want to talk about Michael. You guys had a stream the other day, Gavin, which was the race with Funhouse and Achievement Hunter, the race to 1 million subs on your YouTube channels. And fucking Bruce got on and thought it'd be funny to say, everybody go unsubscribe to Achievement Hunter right now. And a bunch of people did as a joke, but that's actually super shitty.
Those Funhouse guys are smart. Smart guys.
Yeah. But Michael, after the stream, I think Michael stayed on for like 8 hours.
He stayed till I think 5 a.m.
Yeah, he's playing Dead Space or Dead Space 2 until
Dead Space 2, yeah.
5 in the morning. That's fucking cool. That's really cool. you
That's
know.
very Michael.
Very, very Michael,
Michael
to
is
do that.
is all in when he's in.
Shout
And that
out
is
to
class.
Michael Jones.
Did you
for that.
tell Gavin about the employee that didn't know him?
I did. I told him about that today.
Okay.
Yeah, there was an employee who worked here for a month, and she handles travel for a lot of people, and that's actually why I was doing the travel when the podcast started. And I said to her, "Do you also handle travel? Do you also handle Gavin's travel?" And she goes, "Who?" And I said, "Gavin." She goes, "I don't know who that is." And I was like, "You don't know who Gavin Free?"
How does
she
it
goes,
feel?
She goes, "No."
Feels totally normal. There's
She gets-
so many people here. Why
He
would-
also didn't know her. Like, I asked him later, it's like, "Do you know Steph?" And he's like, "No, I don't know who's Steph." And I was like, "Matt's assistant who handles with travel." And then, but the funny part of it to me was, she knew him. That was kind of shocking to me, just because, it's a bigger company and Gavin's been so busy lately. She then asked me, she goes, "Should I start handling Gavin's travel? I can take that over today." And I went, like, everybody in that bullpen area sitting next to her desk, everybody goes, "No." And I was like, do not do that.
That's a full-time job, my friend.
That is a nightmare. You will get lost in. God, booking someone's international travel as much as you travel for work and Slow-Mo Guys and everything would be an absolute nightmare.
It would be a full-time job.
You're killing it, by the way. Slow-Mo Guys is like You are crushing it this year.
Thanks.
Have you put out more videos this year than any other year so far?
I don't know. I actually have no idea.
You might be getting close. Like in May, you might have more videos than some entire other years.
Do you know that tomorrow is the 5-year anniversary of the giant balloon video?
Is it really?
Yeah.
And let's see if we can guess. Gus, guess how many views the giant balloon video is up to.
90 million.
It is up. You're way wrong.
120 million.
I'm gonna guess 146 million.
I think it's 130 something.
Okay.
130.
I was close. Price is right
Controller
rules.
said they wouldn't
Yeah.
have the results, but I was like, I know Gavin knows what it is.
Yeah, I'm sure Gavin's up on that one.
So tomorrow, gotta put up a giant balloon video.
Are
Do
you?
you, oh, are you really? What are
Yeah.
you gonna do? Are you gonna do the thing I said you should do?
What was that?
The one with the bouncing?
Oh, no. We shot this months ago.
Oh, cool.
In
man.
preparation for this.
When are you
Well,
gonna-
the other video that you put up with the giant balloon with Dan in the balloon.
Yes.
That one is
Where he
like
looks like
exploding.
Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, it's so funny, Barbara. It's so fucking funny. Is that one going faster than the original one, or is the original one now at pacing it again?
That one had its original
Rush.
rush,
Yeah.
and now it's pretty much directly in line with the other one.
Okay, that's really interesting. God,
So
this is
they're like
fascinating
moving
to
like
me.
this. Yeah.
What's that one at?
I don't know, 50 something.
Crazy, awesome. Well, congrats, dude. You're fucking killing it on Summer Guys. Way to go.
Yeah, good job.
And don't book my travel. if
Don't
you're
book
considering
Gavin's
working.
travel.
All right,
Don't
well, we
book
got
Gavin.
to wrap up.
No.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you guys next week where we're going to argue about the number 8 and the number 11.
Motherfuckers.
you.
I Chris spit the podcast flow. Take another shot and I'ma let the credits roll. RTPODCAST, yeah, you ready? Let's go. Gustavo Sorola, more omnipotent than a floating goat and ready to go. Local, quote unquote, whatever floats your boat. Swimming in a sea of regality, ain't no fallacy, no mad king, only one king. Podcasting, Gus King of the galaxy, Big B, Burnie. Take us on an old school journey through history, RTRVP since 03 and learn me. Master of the Blood Coast winners, pastor of the Church of Leonard, Alpha speaks, and I follow the blue team. Just got a new member. Enter Gavin, the British hero with zero predictability.